This is session number 16, transit of planets from the Ascendant. And now I request Guna Sitaraman to recite the prayer.
Thank you. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Vajratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabhu Nirvignam Kurume Deva Shubhakaryeshu Siddhyate Vidyarambe Vivahe Cha Praveshe Nirgame Tata Sankrame Sankate Chaiva Vignastasya na jayate Ya kunde drutushara davalam Ya shubhravastra vratam Ya veena varadanda mandita kala Ya sweda padmashana Ya brahma chuta shankara prabhudivir devai sada vanditam Samam Patru Saraswati Bhavati Nisheshaja Dhyapaham Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
So suppose, Sridhar, we are trying to find out what is the lagna of a person whose horoscope you are going to read today. Can you use Prashna to suggest which lagna is most appropriate?
Okay, sir.
Any idea? Let's see how. I mean, it's not. I never like to test anybody, but it's just a honest attempt. Honest approach. Okay. We are having some doubts whether we can use a particular lagna.
Sir, Mesham, Simmam, Magaram.
Mesham, Simham, Magaram. These are the three possibilities.
The three possibilities.
We'll keep that in mind. Kishorji, please note it down.
Guruji, when we put 10 o'clock, we get Makara Lagna.
At 10 o'clock, we get Makara Lagna, right? So I'm having the 10 o'clock horoscope also with me. Okay. So we'll try and see, okay? Because we have the events, right? This is not an ordinary person. So we should be able to say something.
Which would be the most powerful event to zone in on the accurate time, Guruji? Marriage or childbirth or parents' demise? Because
if you try only from one angle, if you try only from, let's say, sports, then all the events from sports is not a great idea, because you need to have events from different, topics. Like, for example, marriage, one date, and birth of child, something else that we feel is significant, and another event happened. So by looking at a variety of events only, you should do just, birth time rectification and so on. You should not be only on one particular event, because that's not a very... different areas you should touch upon, because then that is like confirming beyond doubt. How can it answer all the questions? Whereas if you are just on one topic, maybe it is a hit or miss, maybe coincidence, 2 events fell in place, 3 events fell in place. But if you go for different spheres in life, like hospitalization, accident, and something else like that, then that is the better way to work on it. Anyway, we will work on both the horoscopes, because we also had Sridhar suggesting Makara. So, and Makara is in the list of suspicion.
Makaram, Mesham and Simmam.
Yeah. His FIDE number, the last, like, I think it is all 000 something, right? In the beginning, there is a number. If you if you don't refer to the first number, but if you look at the final number after zeros, it is 17, right?
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah, that's very rare. I mean, that's Saturn's number. So that 8, Saturn has a definite role. And the confusing part is, for Tula Lagna, Saturn is Yoga Karaka. And for Makar Lagna, it is Lagna Lord at least. Okay, a very important planet. So in which case we could say that his FIDE number came to 17. And chess is 8. Chess is 8 by 8. Chess is so much Saturn. Chess is so much deep. 8 pawns, 8 pieces. All that is too much of Saturn. Deep thinkers. Deep thinkers, when you stare at something for a long time, it is most probably Saturn. Okay. Something that takes you deep, even meditation. The eightfold path of Buddha. I think 8 comes in several places connected to the mind. Right? I don't want to spend more on 8, but this is a clue actually. Makar Lagna also, but Tula Lagna, in which case Saturn becomes the Yoga Karaka. But let's forget the actual horoscope. Before that, all Patreon students initially can participate in the discussion. So the rest, when given an opportunity, we'll ask you to speak. You can raise your hand and wait. In the beginning of the session, only BSPA students, please participate actively. Now, suppose we are looking for some main rules for sports people, those who are in games and sports, which are the houses to watch out for? One by one, BSPA students. And once you are done, please have the habit of going back to the mute. Okay.
6th house.
6th house. Okay.
Of competition.
Which one?
6th house of competition. And
6th house of, okay, because there's always an enemy, right? There's an opponent. Okay. Yeah. There's always an opponent, right? In a game. There's no friend when you're playing. The person is an opponent. That's very evident, right? 6th house. Okay, one way. Unlike in movies, though both have something common, movies and all this entertainment stuff and sports, a very thin line separates. And Anu started it off well by saying that what sets apart a sports and a games person is only the 6th house. Because in movies, there's not so much the 6th house, because there's no active enemy on while you're acting. Even if there's a villain in the movie, at the end of the shooting, they'll hug each other. Okay, they'll be having a friendly chat and so on. So there are no enemies. So 6th may not be active in the entertainment world. Yes, Kishorji.
Thank you for the opportunity, Guruji. I believe the first quality for a very strong chess player. Guruji, are we talking about chess players or sports players generally?
Generally, anything.
Generally,
to begin with, see, we want to zoom in slowly, that even if we get Anand's horoscope wrong, doesn't matter. At least we would have spent valuable time in forming and understanding and clarifying the rules of how we can spot. Because sometimes you will meet people who will ask you, will my son become a sports, a popular sports person? Will he become a successful sports person? So this session will allow you to make a better judgment. So it's not about Anand actually. Okay. Anand has already done his job. So what we can do is to see how much of all these things are surfacing in every horoscope.
There are two things that I would like to point out. One is the punya part of sports, because only with luck and fortune you can achieve much in sports. To a certain extent, you can be a good player or a sports person. But to go beyond the normal limits, you need to have some punya. So there are two aspects. The first aspect is punya, and the second aspect is the ability to overcome your hurdles, which is related to the upachaya houses, especially the common houses, which are 3, 6, 10, 11. And for punya, if you rule in 1, 5, 9, then I would suggest that these are the houses that we have to look out for. 9 and 5 give you the fame and the luck, and 3, 6, 10, 11 give you the ability to overcome your hurdles, your obstacles, especially house number 6. The second thing I want to point out for sports person is the Graha Mars or Mangal.
Okay.
And these are the 2 points, Guruji.
Because Mars is the guts, the courage or the desire. Because in games and sports, you have an extraordinary desire. Okay, desire to. So there's an energy that follows desire. You want to rush past, you want to hit that ball and send it straight to the goal. You can't wait even 1 second. There is impulsive, there is the explosive.
Adrenaline sort of.
Adrenaline, yes, exactly. Adrenaline rush will be there in the body. For those who have been in sports and games, you know how it is. A tournament is not an ordinary event. It does a lot of things to you, right? You completely become something else.
It breaks you totally, Guruji, and especially if the results are not good.
Yeah,
the results you sometimes, if it's like that, then you sometimes get away from the game also. I've seen many players dropping
Many
off.
players quitting, right? Many players quit the game because they feel they can't get any further. Okay.
So 11th house takes care of your desires, the native desires, fulfillment of desires.
Yeah, that is again, all the karma houses are involved, 3, 7, and 11.
Okay.
But as you rightly pointed out, when you reach the top, a sportsman, it must be the result of a great punya from the past life to have that great advantage that by playing a game, which is usually a pastime for most people, that the pastime becomes the profession, a luxury matter becomes a profession for somebody, is surely something to do with punya. Because even an ordinary person, if he gets time to play a game, you can boldly declare that he is living in the world of punya to play a game. There'll be a large number of people who will never get opportunities to play a game because they'll say, my life is I have an hectic schedule. I have no time to play a game. Okay, so playing a game is something very, I think it's a privilege of the 5th house.
Actually, I feel it runs parallelly together because just by desiring something, you can't get anything. And just because you have the luck, but you're not putting your effort into mastering it, you will not be able to reach the top. So both of them are needed, the 11th house and the 9th house, along with the 5th house.
Yeah, but what you said that you can't go beyond a particular point is something to do with punya only. Because unless you have something in you that is allowing you to see, because once you become successful, you become famous. What are the houses of fame in a horoscope? Typical houses of fame.
9, 10, 5.
Which of the 12 houses will be the key, the most important house for name and fame? And how do we prove that? Whether this is the most important house for name and fame?
Guruji, the 5th Lord, 5th house, as well as the 2nd will also play a role. Now, Guruji, on this point where Kishorji said, I believe now it is Makara Lagna for sure, because when you look at Makara Lagna, the 5th Lord is going to the 11th house. But then when you look at Tula Lagna, you see 2 afflictions in the 5th house, and the 5th Lord is being in Nicha. So what that means is, how will he be able to enjoy the punya if it is Tula Lagna?
Okay. I mean, the problem with that we'll come to, I mean, that's why I said in the first part of the meeting, we will focus more on the general theories, which is more important than, to tell you the truth, more important than V. Anand. Okay. So we are talking about a knowledge about the entire world. So we have to be very careful in trying to, answer. Once you answer these questions, then we will move on and we will see what is the ascendant. But out of the 12 houses, which would be the number one house for fame? Because when you succeed in sports, you become famous. And then you become also wealthy. So fame and wealth, etc., are all interconnected. So I think the one, I don't know this, what is that footballer's name? He was offered so much money, which I think runs into crores per day. Okay. So that's not possible in any other event, any other livelihood. So sports has that capacity. So what house is surely name and fame? Of all the houses, suppose you extend it, you can always go one more house, one more house, one more house. But because we have to pinpoint which house is the most important house for name and fame. And that has, obviously, when you are having the luck to become so famous, it must have come from a past life. So which house you think, and if at all you want to say something, I think because of this sloka, we come to know that this must be the main house. See, because once you become a successful sportsman, do you not get fan following? You have a lot of fans, right? People start wowing you. Wow, this guy, great, and so on. So where do you think all this combines? And to be a successful sportsman, you must have a different kind of mindset, because I've seen people who do well in practice, but when it comes to a tournament, and it comes to where it matters, they make some mistakes and they say, I don't know why I made these mistakes. So where do you think all this combines? In which house all this combines the maximum? If you look at Jaimini Sutras, also, I think you will get a clue. I wish not every student has joined. Our level 3 students, all of them have not joined.
It is 5th house, Guruji, then. It's PK.
Why?
It's Purva Punya and name and... I mean, PK, 5th house significator in Jaimini Sutras is PK, which is for name and fame.
Correct. So why is this house more than any other house?
Bhavat Bhavan, Guruji. 9th from 9th.
What are the other things that this house rules?
Recognition in society, sir. Recognition, promotion.
For the lay person, what is the most significant point about the 5th house?
Intellect.
For
Children.
the lay person, for
Kids.
the entire
Children.
world,
Kids.
it is children. What is that?
Creativity.
Creativity. You can create an entire human being. My God. Just think about the 5th house. So you're creating everything in a game. You're actually making it. Not only chess, in everything you're actually creating it. You're creating those possibilities. Out of that, it does not exist at all. And then you create it. You make it happen. Okay. India never had a grandmaster, and Anand makes it happen. He becomes the first grandmaster, something like that. But easy way to find out whether it is 9 or 5. How will you do it? Between 5 and 9. In Jaimini Sutras, there are some ideas for Raja Yogas, right? Using Karakas. In that set of rules, there is one particular house that stands out. Which house?
5th house.
5th house. Exactly. The 5th alone is like a standalone house. Okay, so the worst thing that can happen for the 5th house is the 5th lord going to 6, 8, and 12. The Maharishi hints at childlessness, and problems, right? So fifth lord in 6, 8, and 12. So surely it is fifth house. But fifth house could be common if you have to reach the top. And the next, see, if you dilute astrology, it becomes very difficult. You have to say only one house. This is the house. Then you have supporting houses. You can say many other houses. After fifth, for a sports person or for a actor, entertainment, which house can come after the fifth? Take 1 minute and then think about it and then answer.
Third house.
Guruji, second house and 10th house.
Who said third house?
Anu said. Guruji.
Anu. Okay. So because I'm having horoscopes in front of me, that's why I'm not seeing the screen. So you'll have to. So Anu, right? Why do you say the third house is the most important? See, if you don't, astrology is so complex that if you're not so sure about, you'll have to definitely conclude that this is house.
It is a house of effort, and it is the courage to face your enemies.
Okay, the third house is house of courage. And what else really happens in a game or movies? What's really happening? Activity, whether it is singing, whether it is dancing, all this. What is the other matters of third house? Your hands and legs.
Yes.
With what do we do?
Arms.
All our limbs, the common thing is sahaya. What helps this body? The body is only the head and the, what do you call the center portion? Something, right? The rest is all the support for it. The limbs are only extension, supports. Like you have a chair and you have 4 legs. Actually, it is 4 legs only, or 4 hands, whichever you want to say. If you watch a gorilla going about with both the, the fist on the ground and the legs, you think that basically there's no difference between hands and legs. Okay, and that in some of the games like kickboxing, etc., you can see people using all of them at the same time. So maybe in a game like kickboxing, the third house must be extremely active because they will kick, they will punch, they'll do all kinds of things. Even a chess player, sometimes when he runs into time trouble, you will notice that the more evident thing is the way they can quickly make a move and press the clock. Right, Kishorji? Prahlad?
We have to do it every day, Guruji. It's an exercise.
So it is like, you got to be really quick with that. So third house is actually, the back and forth moment.
So Guruji, it's either the second or the 10th, and the logic is like 10th being where the karma is done, where the action is done. So a sports player creating an action, so 10th house could give fame. Secondly, second house is face from Kalapurusha, right?
No, we will use the basic. See, why we have to be very sure about the houses is, it should be clearly very specific to that particular trade or that particular activity. If we say second and 10th, it can get mixed up because second is income, of course, and in the context, and 10th is purpose of life and so on. Like that, every house will get involved. Then after that, you cannot read a horoscope. You really can't do justice.
No, we cannot. I'm also backing it up with what the sloka is saying about the 5th lord and the 2nd and 5th lord and the 10th.
Yeah, that is a separate point, because once you see, it is a final result that a successful sports person will become very wealthy, right? Normally, very wealthy. And that way, it will eventually get connected to second house and 10th house, as you said, which in Jaimini Sutras connects to the Amatya Karaka, the planet that is the second highest degree after the Atma Karaka. So the real answer is that the third house after the fifth house is the most important house. So if you get third and fifth house, enough. You don't have to go any further. For really, you know, I mean, then after that you read an entire horoscope as a horoscope. You find all the yogas. There'll be many things, because once you are successful, you must be having Raj yogas. You must be having, you know, wealth, name, fame. Then with wealth comes, you know, everything else. You have a good house and all of that. Then every other house will get involved. Okay. Anyway, don't bother about if you've not got the answers right, but it's just that for sure, for both entertainment and sports, the key houses for success is only the fifth and the third.
Or the third house is important maybe because they will get, there are so many talented people in the society, sir, but to get to go to the position, they need more support from the surroundings.
Oh,
Where they are.
You mean encouragement from the stadium?
Not only that, parents, coach, support, they will come just like that for these people.
I see.
Very easily because of the talent or because they are prodigies in that, I don't know, in that area. I can't hear. Is there a problem?
No, Guruji is on a phone call. Also, Pavaniji, there was this third house. Sanskrit name is Vikramasthana, right? Vikram is like Parakrama, Vikram, Dhairya, Virya Sthana, they say. And then it is also the 11th from the 5th. So if the 5th is strong and if the 3rd is strong, it means that whatever the person's creative desires are, it will get fulfilled. See, also it's a house of transformation. 3rd is also a house of transformation.
No, it's also the house of effort. So they need to put effort.
No, that is primary. That is primary. I'm not debating on that, but I'm just adding another layer.
So without effort, the results will not come.
No, I'm not talking that. I'm not saying it's not effort. The second supplementary, I'm saying. So effort is there. 3, 6, 10, 11 are all effort houses, and your own battery houses.
One thing I want to say to everybody here in the session, and some of them are my students. So my Guruji E.K. Dhilip Kumar, he has actually defeated Anand when Anand was a young kid.
So what? It doesn't matter.
But that is something not any of us could do, right, Guruji?
Yeah.
No, it is just that I was there at the right moment. I was in, I used to go to Mikhail Tal Chess Club that is behind Soviet Cultural Center, where he was also coming regularly, but I was not regular. And he was regular. He didn't miss a single day. Whatever, I think it was Saturday, Sunday, something Thursday. On these working days of the club, he was always there. Never. And for the first time, I saw Anand. I knew that, something is there in him. But that time I was an atheist and also a disbeliever of astrology. So I never used astrology. Okay. But in spite of, without using astrology, I said one day he'll become the world champion. And people used to make fun of me, saying that there's no way he'll become the world champion. If you ask me, how did I do it? It's just by observation. That's all. So sometimes, even without astrology, you can make predictions that if you're very good at observing and noticing things, you can easily say. Because for him, every game he played was not a practice. For him, it was every game, believe it or not, was life and death situation. He took it so serious. Okay. So I think that perseverance surely comes something from Saturn only, I think. If you say perseverance, Saturn must be involved, not giving up. So on a day when Tanir Tanir was screened, a movie that the communists liked, because it's something, around the topic of communism. On that day, I remember, continuously I defeated him 3 times. And the bell rang for the movie. I think it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And pling, the entire club disappeared. Right? We people are so crazy after movies, not after chess. And I was also one of them. So I just got up. Anand said, no, you're not going anywhere. Sit down. Then he defeated me 5 times continuously and then said, now we'll go. Okay. I mean, that's not the only reason, but he's so passionate, so much of passion. Coming by bicycle every day to the club when he can come by in a car. His father was in a very important position. Of course, so many other things about him. But like somebody in the beginning said, to become a sports person, you need a lot of support from family. Whereas whenever I went for any tournament, my family members will go to the temple praying that he should lose the game. Okay. All my family members will say, because if I go to chess, my life is gone, wasted. And who's going to take care of all the responsibilities in the house? I have to do a lot of errands and, taking care of, I have to make sure my father reaches a particular place. Then my sisters have to go to school and, all of these things. I was a driver. And so their world was very limited. So whenever I go for a tournament, they'll start praying. He should be defeated. He should be defeated. So you need to have a strong support, actually. Sahaya Sahodra Sthana. Then, of course, I think I'm sure that his third house and fifth house matter more than anything else.
Sir, in for some players, sir, the wives or husbands are totally for these guys. The whole family is for these guys, and they resign for their jobs, and they are everywhere with these people, with these sports people.
Yes, Pavaniji. Even the recent youngsters who have become grandmasters have had a lot of support from their parents. As you said, rightly said, they also resigned their jobs and they even took loans. They took funding to push their progeny into success. It's not easy. It's not easy for a parent to take that plunge,
Yeah, I recently read about a woman who is good in boxing or like that. Her husband has resigned his job and he is everywhere with her in the tournaments or managing her issues. Yeah.
So from all this, we come to know that it must be the third house also, right? Sahaya. Because with support, only you can win, right? Be it a war, be it a game. You can see in every movie where Sylvester Stallone movie, all boxing places you can see, the coach coming and telling something, don't worry, come on, motivation. Which house is house of motivation? Definitely the third house. And motivation comes through what? Through language, communication. Third house. So we have enough evidence to say it is third house.
And Guruji, third is like the 11th from the 5th.
Yeah. See, one is, it is the first of all the karma houses, right?
Yeah.
So the first is always very important. The first, and of course you can always say even the last is also important. So difficult. But the problem with astrology is, if you talk about any topic, you will somehow be able to connect it to every other house. But if you connect it to every other house, it is very good for discussion and writing an article. But when it comes to reading a chart, you will find that becomes a major obstacle. Now, how do you say something? If a student in chess in Prahlad's class or Kishorji's class, if a student comes and says, the parents come and say, is there scope for my son? You say first house is like this, okay, looks like okay, second house is also good, third house, so surely like that, can we say? No, it's not going to work. You have to be very clear about what are the big things that is pointing out to the growth. And on top of that, of course, like how it is easy to predict by observing a student also, you can predict even without astrology sometimes. Nature, not afraid. So third house, courage, help by. But for 5 and 9, you will get good support from parents. Okay, again and again. But I asked all of you to say how do you know that? Of course, I think we covered it, right? In Jaimini Sutras we have. Okay. Fifth Lord in the 10th. Fifth Lord in the 10th is a very big Raja Yoga. And Parashara says Janapriya, favorite of the people. So creativity based things are so much with 5. For example, Putra Bhagya, if fifth Lord in the 5th, and again dear to people, etc. So many things are connecting to, even fifth Lord in the 11th is Janapriya. I think it's a combination for writer. 11th Lord in the 5th is also equivalent. So if you go through 5 and, the house number 5 in any format, you can see what it is. 5 is definitely, I won't say price money, but it is something that comes definitely from something that is carried forward from the past life, because these people who made it to the top, they are not ordinary. They have something in them, something else in them. So trying to emulate them, trying to copy them might be very difficult, because we don't have enough bank balance. We don't have the karma balance, like the Puro Punya. Only then. For example, if you say 6th Lord gets into the 5th house, it's a big spoiler if the Lord of the 6th gets into the 5th. So we'll keep this in mind and then look at maybe both the horoscopes. Okay, what are the possibilities for Makara Lagna? And
Guruji, after you share the screen, let's do a quick summary for those who may not be that well versed in astrology. That when we look at a Jadagam, the 5th house, which is Purva Punya, will play a major role on whether the native is going to become famous, whether they're going to have children, or the creativity part. And creativity is huge in any sports to be an excel leader. So that is the first thing. Then we see the 3rd house or the 3rd Baba, and that is for support. So these are the 3 houses. I mean, the 2 houses you have to note, and the lords of these houses. So if you can know this, then you know whether your child can go all in sports, or all in some entertainment, or focus on something else. So these 2 houses, you have to pay attention. So if you're going to take away something, have this in mind. Yeah.
Another way, a common sense approach in sports is that if you look at the way a world champion rises, have you seen it? It will be like a straight 45-degree tilt. It is not like nothing showed up in the beginning, because even before Anand was an international master, he was holding international masters. I've seen several games where he just either defeated them very quickly or drew with them, because the international masters were afraid of him. Okay. So that means something is brewing. You can see, you can notice that, because from the beginning itself it is showing. And this game is mind related, and therefore more of the 5th house than any other game, because it is all about an extraordinary memory, because 5th house and memory is so connected. And it is something that you learn from gurus, from teachers. You need a chess coach, you need somebody to practice with, and you need all the books. And all the books are, the authors of all the books are actually gurus. So it's a guru-based thing also. So obviously, therefore, the 9th house also will be connected, I think, because they have to learn from others. And all the previous grandmasters of the world, the previous world champions, they all become their gurus. So they copy and they try to learn. Okay, this is what he did. This is, like if you show the top 10 players in the world of chess, they'll remember, I think, almost all the games that the world champions have played. It's impossible for an ordinary mind to do that. Okay. So if you see some child growing up and every month the child is improving, even without astrology, you can say that he'll become somebody to reckon with in the future. But if you feel that somebody has got stuck and is not able to move ahead for many years, then most probably his horoscope will also reflect that there is no scope. Okay, and this is very important, because sometimes people can get into sports and waste time also. if they don't reach the top, it's like trying to jump across the well, across a ditch, let's say a dangerous ditch. You have to reach the other side. Otherwise, it's all gone. So many years, if you struggle and wait and you're not able to perform, then what do? It becomes so difficult. Okay, so we'll look at the chart.
Guruji, after your point, I'm very convinced it's Makara Lagna, third lord and the 10th.
Yeah, we'll hope. Anyway.
Sir, the third house is, can we say self-motivation is, if the third house is good, they have self-motivation, self-motivated people, can we say?
That's correct.
Yeah, definitely. You're right. When a world champion becomes a world champion, they're definitely self-motivated. What a nice point. They don't need anybody else. They will be doing it by themselves. Bobby Fischer used to shut himself. Yes, Bobby Fischer used to shut himself in a room, practice day and night. I think he never had an opponent also, most of the time. He used to play from both sides, thinking what I would have done from the other side. This is all true. You can read about Bobby Fischer. So it's only, so they'll be practicing the effort, motivation. So surely third is so much involved. Okay, so I'm going to the chess folder. Chess top players. Okay, since most of you are feeling Makara Lagna, then I'll open the Makara Lagna thing.
Sir, for this Lagna, the Lagna degree is 17, sir. Makara Lagna. Given in Astro data. In Astro data, the time, if we give the Lagna degree is 17, sir.
Okay. Oh, no. I already have that. The 10 one also, I have it in my system.
I mean, to stress on the 17 number, sir.
Oh, 17. Okay. His FIDE number. Oh my God.
Guruji, so Naveen has a question. He's one of audience.
Okay.
The fifth lord or the third lord is debilitated in Nicha Sthana. Does that mean reaching the top?
No, sometimes the Nicha might be cancelled by the normal rules of cancellation. So Nicha might not be the final word, because Nicha Grahas have, some of them are very strong in Shadbala, and Ucha Grahas have become weak in Shadbala. So Ucha Nicha is not the final word. Okay. Is this the one, Makar Lagna?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why I feel this is very strong to start off, the second house has Mars and Rahu. And if you look at Brihu Sutram, it will say problems with education and eyesight. And when you think about Anand, you see him wearing glasses.
Okay.
And so this is more, it's pointing out there. And because he's all into chess, the education part has taken a beating. Like I'm not fully sure, but I don't think he's did he get graduation? I'm not sure.
Yeah, he completed it.
But it's not like the highest, right? He didn't
it's not. Yeah.
So that part is also seen in the slokas where they say Mercury in the 12th and
Mercury in the 12th, education, meager education, right?
Mars in the second as well. So that points out that the education, the less education or not much focus in education is pointed there.
Okay. Does this say why he had a delayed birth of child?
Not easy, right? I mean, Mars is looking at the fourth aspect.
Okay.
Yeah, and fifth lord with eighth lord.
Yeah.
Fifth lord with eighth lord, maybe you're saying there's an affliction by the eighth lord on the fifth. Okay. Upapada Lagna has Ketu in it. Okay, that's one point. a stressful marriage. If Upapada Lagna is occupied by Ketu. Anyway, before going to that, using moon's point of view, because moon has to be in the same place. So at least from that, are you getting anything about some common things?
Guruji, from Nadi perspective, I mean, none of the grahas change regardless of whether we go 3 a.m. or 10 a.m. So if you take from Nadi, we see Saturn, 5-9 from Saturn for work. So from the 9th place from Shanidev is, we see Mercury and Moon, and both relates to the mind and intellect.
How did you do that?
9th place from Shani.
Okay. Simply, wherever Shani is, you look at the 9th from Shani.
5-9. We look at 5-9. And if there's no graha in 5-9, then we see if there's any conjunction, or we see 12th from Shani or 7th from Shani. But all those are secondary. 5-9 is the primary ones.
Okay. So from that, you can say it is an intellectual profession.
Yeah, he's in an intellectual profession.
Okay. So when did he become the grandmaster, the turning point in his life? Kishorji, which year?
Yes, Guruji. His first impact was in 1984 when he became, when he got the international master in Coimbatore.
Wait, 1984, is it?
Yes, Guruji.
84, it was just 14 years, is it?
Yes. And even before that was again 1983 when he became a sub-junior champion for India, actually. National sub-junior champion in 83.
83, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So he was running Mercury, the 6th and 9th lords Bhukti in 83, right? Surya with Mercury. And then in 84, we see again 5th lord connection. When he got his title, 5th lord fame, Shukra is there. Shukra's Bhukti.
Grandmaster?
In 1988, Guruji, at age 18.
Month?
Month I don't have, but it is 1988. Do you want me to check the month?
Yes, because an Antardasha is changing here. Moon, Jupiter.
Okay, Guruji, just a second. This
guys, you can also Google and get the data like Anvishi Anand.
It is 88, but Moon Jupiter starts on 15th March. So the third lord of courage is sitting in the 10th house of career, right? 3 and 10 connection. In this horoscope, the lord of the 5th house of sports and entertainment and name and fame.
Is it possible for you to draw arrows like, in Zoom so that others can understand?
I don't know how to do that.
There's something called annotations at the top. If you click on it.
And how do you take it off?
You can create, there's a version
and then erase, is it?
No, you have to use, there's a version where...
okay, I got an idea. Yeah. Okay. I think I can do it, but I don't know how to erase it. Anyway,
there's a disappearing version. I forgot the name for it.
Vanishing pen, is it? Okay.
Yes, vanishing pen, exactly.
Okay, good. So here, this is the 5th house. From 5th house, the lord of the 5th has gone to the 11th house of gains, which is one of the top combinations for sports people and entertainment people. Okay, so this works. The lord of the 3rd is Jupiter. The owner of the 3rd is this place. Jupiter owns this, and that is in the 10th house of career. So 3 and 10 got connected and 5 and 11. So if you can connect an event to these grahas in terms of either becoming the world champion first time, then we can say this is the time of birth. Okay. '88 Grandmaster, when he became, which month?
That is not available, surprisingly. Just let me check.
Okay. Anybody else in the audience? Okay, what are the possibilities? Either it is Moon Rahu or Moon Jupiter, right? So would Rahu figure in this?
Rahu is also in the second house of fame, but I think Jupiter is more likely because he's in the 10th house of fame as well.
We have a D10 chart at the bottom. You can see Dashamsa. In Dashamsa, you can...
Guruji, it is December, Guruji.
December, right? So it is Jupiter. Thank you for that. So in Dashamsa, it proves at least that, because Jupiter is in the 10th, right? You can see Jupiter is in the 10th. I'm going to, sorry. So how do you count the houses for those who are new to astrology? This is wherever, AS is called Ascendant, or you also see a line like this. On the top, you can see that. Okay. Is Moon involved in D10?
Yes, Guruji. Moon is in the 5th house again.
Oh, we get some clues here. Moon is in the 5th house and Jupiter in the 10th house. It tallies so well with Dashamsa. Okay, in that case, we'll continue. And you can now, maybe what is the next event? The first time winning the world championship.
Yes, Guruji. And that is in 83, he became the sub-junior. 84, he won the Asian Junior and the IM norm. And then he participated in the Olympiad, which is...
in 2000, he became the first time world champion.
Yeah, before that also there are some achievements. But
no, he came very close. It's called near misses.
Yes.
Almost, and then it only happened in, according to this time of birth, it is Mars Dasha and Venus Antardasha, it became the world champion.
Yes.
Which again, 5th house connection, Venus.
Yeah, what is special about Makar Lagna Venus? For Makar Lagna, Venus is called the Raja Yoga Karaka, right? The special planet. So he becomes the world champion, Mars, Venus. How is Mars involved?
Parivartana between Mars and Saturn, Guruji.
Mars and Saturn Parivartana. Dispositor of?
Venus.
Of Venus. Oh, Venus and Lagna Lord. Okay, Mars.
It is like the 5th Lord and the 10th Lord in the 11th.
Mars is also the 11th Lord who's going to give the gains.
No, that's the point. What Kishore says, Venus dispositor is also Mars. Okay, that's almost, it connects to kind of, because it is Venus in the 5th Lord in the 11th, as 10th Lord in the 11th. Yes, Gautam?
If you look at the Dasha Lagna, Mars, Venus again becomes the Yoga Karaka as the 5th and the Lord sitting in the 10th house.
Okay, so if you take Mars as the... okay, this is another concept called Dasha Lagna. What is Dasha Lagna? Mars is the Dasha. So you use Mars as a temporary Lagna and then try to read the chart. So what Gautam says is, since Mars becomes a Lagna, Mars is where the mouse pointer is, okay? This becomes a Lagna. For this Lagna, for a Kumbha Lagna person, Venus is very good, okay? And in this Dasha, certain things, so any yogas that form will only help him. So he says, if I use this, temporarily the Lord of the 5th house of sports gets into, I mean, the 11th house. But again, from here, the 10th house is having purpose of life for what you came. So Mars, Venus is in the 10th. So Venus has figured here very strongly, because after near misses, if you get something, then we have to give a lot of weightage to this. Correct? So after some time, what we'll do, we will go back to the other chart and then see if something like this is happening. Let's look at all the time, because then after 2000, there was a gap, right? He lost somewhere, I think 2002. Am I right, Kishorji?
Yes, Guruji. But before that, Guruji, I request you to go to the year 85 for something outstanding that was achieved by him.
Okay.
1985. And the achievement was that he got the Arjuna Award for Outstanding Indian Sports in 85, which is a very big achievement, not
from India's, okay, from India's perspective. Okay.
From India's perspective, yeah.
Okay.
1985.
Which month?
A month I don't have, but could we say that the moon dasha was actually beneficial for him for that?
Why was that? What does moon to do with the award? Because moon in this horoscope is 7th lord in the 12th. See, the quality of his marriage is good, right? Though the children was delayed, how does he have 7th lord in the 12th?
Guruji, Shubhagraha in the 12th house is good for marriage. It's not that bad.
Even it's the house of foreign, right? The 12th house.
Okay.
So he achieved his victories abroad. Most of in fact, that is one big thing that we forgot to mention, that once he achieved the topmost position in India, after that, there was no turning back. He was like, he got settled abroad. He has a house in Spain. He's also a Spanish citizen, and all his achievements were coming from abroad. He played very rarely in India. So is that connected with the 12th house, Guruji?
See, that's partially connected with the 4th house having a...
No, that is when you are having 12th house Ashubha Grahas, Krura Grahas in the 12th only is connected to foreign. Okay.
Okay.
So we have some issues in this chart.
No, anyway. Guruji, 4th house being afflicted is why he's not in India. Because there's a Kura Graha there. And 12th house being good is why he's enjoying a lot of comforts in foreign lands.
I beg to differ, Sai, because if you call Saturn as a Krura Graha, he's also the Lagna Lord.
Doesn't matter. He's Nicha in the 4th house. For the 4th house, he's not so good.
Yeah, we can use that logic. 4th house disturbed. So home is disturbed. So not staying in Chennai. But is he continuing to stay here, Spain even now?
No, he's a citizen of Spain, Guruji. But now,
but
of course, right now he's in
Chennai.
Yeah, dual citizen, yeah. And most of the battles were fought from Spain. Like he used to go from Spain to whichever place and then go back to Spain. Very rarely he would come to India. Only recently he's taken, I think he's staying in India for other reasons, not for chess.
Okay.
So that was one event, Guruji. The next event was in 1987, which became another big event, which is a Padma Shri Award, which is even higher than Arjuna Award.
No, it's not Padma Shri. He never got Padma Shri. He got Padma
1987
Vibhushan.
That was in 2007, Guruji. Padma Vibhushan. Padma Shri was awarded in 1987. I'm getting this from I'm getting it from
Wikipedia. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is when Moon Rahu. Right? According to this, 87 is in Moon Rahu. Here. Moon Rahu.
Yes,
is that correct?
Yes.
But how is Rahu giving so much?
Rahu in the 2nd house of fame.
Rahu is 2nd lord in 2nd house, Guruji. And Rahu is very happy there. He's also got the 4th and 11th lord as company. So what more does he want?
So I have Bobby Fischer, Capablanca, Kasparov.
Magnus Carlsen is approximate, right? Not accurate.
No, it's very accurate.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
that we'll do some other time. Okay. But now we'll go back to the other one, Tula Lagna. Okay. Now just just erase whatever we discussed about. I mean, that's how you have to do it. Honest research. Just forget the previous ascendant and then start looking afresh. What if this is the truth? If this is the Lagna, Tula Lagna, 305.
Obviously, Putra Dosha seems to be prominent in this chart.
Why?
The fifth house, Rahu, Ketu, and Mars, Krura Graha has. So
after how many years he had? How many years he had the child?
15 years, Guruji.
15 years. Okay.
Guruji, Dharma Karmadipati Yoga in third house.
How's that?
Dharma Karmadipati.
That is the conjunction of 9th and 10th Lord. 9th Lord, who is the 9th Lord? Where I keep the mouse pointer, 9th house. The Lord of 9th is Mercury. The Lord of 10th house is Moon. They are together in which house?
In the third house of courage and rest.
All that we discussed in the beginning of our, session.
Good. Yeah.
Oh, that is too much, right? The Lord of the 9th and the 10th conjunction in the third house. Because he goes, see, look at it from Anand's point of view. There's nobody before him. So you are a pioneer. You will be like a Columbus taking a ship and going around. There's a storm ahead. Anything can go wrong in the sea. He takes on the world when there is no examples. Like he doesn't have, like today people are very comfortable. Okay, I want to become the world champion because Anand has become. That time nobody was there. So third house is always pioneering, always becoming the first. Okay, he became the first grandmaster. He became the first chess world champion of India. So third house has got lots to do with the pioneering. Okay, boldly going ahead. So I think 9 and 10th Dharma Karma Adhipati existing in third house, a very big point. Second, 15 years of delayed birth of children. I don't know if Naga Pratishtha was done. I don't know whether it is, of course, in the Bhava chart, Rahu shifts over to the 6th house. But at least Mars stays in the 5th. And the Lord of the 5th is debilitated, though there is a kind of, if you use Nichabanga is surely there because Nicha is cancelled by the Parivartana between Mars and Saturn. Okay, what about Mars and Saturn Parivartana? Does that kind of say something?
Guruji, by the way, I think Rahu stays in 5th house in Bhava chart too.
Oh, it doesn't move, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it stays there. Okay, that could explain. Maybe he did Naga Pratishtha or something, or took the help of doctors. We do not know. 15 years. Okay. Naga Pratishtha Putra Prapti. You want a child, you will have to do the Naga Pratishtha. It's actually a hint at some trouble. Okay. But the 5 and 7th Parivartana is something that you have to be very careful of, especially because for this Lagna, Saturn is the Yoga Karaka. Okay. Take 30 seconds to find something very peculiar about Saturn, which most of you would have understood most of you will get the answer right because you've been through many of our sessions in Patreon.
It is in the Bhavamadhya, sir. First point is in the Bhavamadhya. Exact.
Yeah, for those who do not know what is Bhavamadhya, you should say Ascendant is at 9 degrees and Saturn is at 9 degrees. Perfect. The most perfect. When something is perfect, it gets an extraordinary strength because it's rare. Rare things in astrology only are big pointers. Why? So this time as 305, somebody has done this. Okay, somehow it It came into the world and many people have this 305. Why not 3? Why is it 3-5 or something like that? So Lagna, Saturn, his FIDE number adding to, I mean, not exactly the full number adding to, but the last number adding to 1 + 7, 8. Saturn's position clearly points out to that. I think I personally am in favor of this chart. Okay. Now we'll go back. Let's see, something may come up again to when did he become the world champion? He becomes the world champion in Moon Mahadasha. Why? Anybody wants to try?
Moon
Why
is
he becomes
involved
world
that
champion?
Dharma Karmadipati Yoga in third house.
Just that?
Moon is Amatya Karaka with PK.
Oh,
With
you're
Mercury.
learning a lot of Jaimini Sutras, huh? Okay. Amatya Karaka with PK. My God. Okay.
If you look at Charadasha, Pisces, that MK, PK, Raja Yoga falls in 10th house.
Pisces. Okay. If you say Pisces is the Dasha, Charadasha, the 10th, wow, wonderful point. Amatya Karaka with PK, AM and PK Graha in the 10th from the Dasha, Pisces. Okay. Great.
And Jupiter is the GK, Guruji. This is 6th Lord in the
Guruji.
Lagna, GK.
So why in Shukra's Bhukti did he get it? Like Shukra is the 8th Lord here, right? And the Lagna Lord.
Why in Venus?
Yeah.
See, you have to be very careful when you talk about certain houses in, obviously planets rule 2 houses. How many of you think Venus is bad for this Lagna?
Venus is neutral, not
It's not
bad or
bad.
good.
The reason is that Venus, the Mula Trikona of Venus falls in Tula. So he will give more first house results than 8th house result. Do you know a yoga that exists when you have Sun flanked by benefics in either side? Anybody can recall?
Shubha Yoga.
Shubha?
Ubhayachari.
Ubhayachari yoga, right? You have even that. So who gives that? It is these 2 grahas, right? Moon and Mercury and Jupiter. So looks like Moon, but Venus is only because it is Lagna Lord. Do you get any other clue? I'll wait for some time because you have a very important chart beneath. D10.
It doesn't shift its
Vargotham, Guruji.
position. So, yeah.
Anybody wants to try D10 and say why he became world champion in Moon Venus?
Moon is exalted, one thing, sir, and the it's in a good position first.
Venus is Vargotham.
Okay, I'll wait a little longer. I'll wait a little longer. It's a major event of the entire world because chess came from India and yet India never produced a world champion. He was the first one. He's the first one. So I'll wait for a more accurate answer.
Sir, it is no.
It's with the Lagna Lord.
So you won't look at the Lagna of D10, is it?
The dispositor of Saturn is exalted, and
Why very complex?
Saturn
From
is also
Lagna,
looking.
from Lagna, where is the moon?
Oh,
Sixth house.
Is in the fifth house. Fifth house.
Where
and
is
exalted.
Venus?
11th house.
Lord of the
511.
fifth house.
511. World Championship is big name fame, right? So it is not a third house anymore. It is a fifth house stuff.
So,
Fifth house.
Guruji, I'm looking at Dasha Adhyay here. Okay. So if Venus is for, if it's in 6, 8, 12 from the Lord of the Mahadasha,
Okay.
banishment to an alien country, sorrow, death, and danger from thieves and snakes will be results. See here right now, from moon, Venus is in the 12th house. Now, in the same Dashadhyay, the earlier part does say good thing, like it does say good results. If Venus is in Kendra, Trikona, all that, it does tally. But from the point of Mahadasha Lord, it's not tallying.
Only from Mahadasha Lord. Okay.
Only from Mahadasha Lord, it's not tallying. But the other sections, it is tallying because he's with the connected with the 11th Lord. That's giving good fortune. He's in the 2nd house. That's also giving that good results. But from the Dashanath, it's not giving the result. So how do you see this?
But I saw the overwhelming evidence on D10. So I liked this particular time because it is 5th and 11th. And for this Lagna, for Dashamsa Lagna, Venus is Yoga Karaka in the 11th.
Guruji, so in the Rashi chart, the only thing that I don't like with this time is the severe affliction on the 5th and the 5th Lord being Nicha. If not, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this chart. Because
but that explains, see, there is a Raja Yoga arising out of it. Raja Yoga means there is a Parivartana, right? 5 and 11 Parivartana. Okay. So I'll also have a check at the Bhava chart. Gautam said Rahu stays in the 5th. Okay. So what Rahu will do, Rahu will kind of, suppose you change the topic and talk about 5th house, Rahu will make it actually larger. The yoga will become larger.
Sir, it is the co-lord of the fifth, sir.
Yeah, it rules this house. So a kind of a connection establishes between Rahu, Mars, and Saturn on the 5-7 axis. But one important point in this chart is the GK planet is also the 6th lord, Jupiter. Remember in the beginning, we said this is all about competition. It's slightly different from entertainment. It's not like movies or, drama or anything. This is something to do with fight. So Jupiter, the planet of, the lord of 6th house and also the GK sits in Lagna, very close to Lagna. So fighting is part. Every time you play a game of chess, it will definitely be like a real fight. Okay, you can see that in the body language of chess players. They wouldn't even look into each other's face. Even in boxing, they will look at each other's face very well. But in this game, they will never look. Okay, so Jupiter sitting in Lagna as the GK planet is also a hint here, I think. And even if you take the other angles like the Parivartana, 5-7, then Rahu making it better. What is the rule for to know whether Rahu becomes a Yoga Karaka?
If it's with the Yoga Karaka planet.
With a Yoga Karaka planet or connected to? If it is in something. So this Parivartana between Mars and Saturn connects that Rahu to the Yoga. If there's no Parivartana, there's no, you can't say, but okay. Anyway, even if you use Mars as a Kendra Adhipati and Rahu is a Trikona Adhipati, a conjunction in again Trikona and Kendra qualifies Rahu as a yoga. Okay. But if you change the topic, why children were delayed 15 years? I think he has only one child, right? Okay. The previous Lagna, we had 7th Lord in the 12th and all that. Upapada Lagna is having a happy life marriage because Upapada Lagna is having Shubha Grahas in it. Whereas the previous one, Upapada Lagna had Ketu in it with 7th Lord in the 12th, all very tricky about the quality of marriage. They never had marriage problems in spite of...
Delay in children is maybe 6th Lord is aspecting the 5th house and 5th Lord too.
Okay, that's also minus, correct. If 6th
But
and
we
5th
don't see aspects as lordships. We don't bring aspects on lordships together.
Yeah, it's not so common. Yes, that's not a standard approach.
Sir, one more point, sir. If we give more importance to the sports, sir, then the luck, 5th house luck is more towards sports, and the children may delay because of that, we can say.
Okay, if you divert all the energies of the 5th into a game or sports, then you'll have less available for children. That's what you're saying. I think we have discussed that point many times.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but anyway, this is a dosham on children. That's why the children were delayed. Okay, with this, can we go back to some other events like what? When did he become Grandmaster first time? 88?
Yes, Guruji, 1988 at age 18.
18, right? So he became, according to this, in Saturn Antardasha. You said December he became, right?
Yes, Guruji.
In the beginning, you referred somewhere and said December.
It was in Coimbatore.
So it was in Saturn, right? Saturn qualified or not qualified?
Qualified, sir.
Qualified, right? Okay. Then what are the other things you said?
93 also there was a big success when he qualified for the first time as a Indian Grandmaster for the candidates tournament, which was the one selecting for
1993, is it?
93, Guruji.
After March?
And then 94, 95, these 2 years were the qualifying years for the World Championship. And I think you will remember this event, Guruji. It happened in Chennai between Gata Kamsky and Anand in Hotel Trident.
Correct.
Yeah, and this was 1995 when Anand suffered, and actually I was also depressed at that time.
Okay.
And 1995 he was eliminated by Gata Kamsky in Chennai.
Correct.
It was actually 94-95, so it should be between December and January. So was there a downfall shown there, Guruji, because of that?
Guruji, I just remembered something. Thanks for pointing out, Kishore. You see that he has his losses in Chennai, in his home ground, which means there's an affliction in the 4th house.
Which one?
That it indicates an affliction in the 4th house. In his home country, in Chennai, he's not able to get that performance. He has lost his World Championship and he has lost this candidates and all that. So this is pointing out the 4th house affliction. Do we have a 4th house affliction here?
Saturn giving 100% aspect on the center of the 4th house.
No, Saturn is a lot
but one house.
Not the 4th.
One house.
Compared to that chart.
No, the 4th Lord is debilitated, and the 4th from the 4th has Mars. Saturn still. Bhavat Bhavam.
Where is the 4th Lord debilitated? Which one? Oh, yeah. Sunny's
4th Lord debilitated, and then 4th from the 4th is having a Nicha Graha. Okay, that's one way you can look at it.
And also he lost a very famous loss of his was with another Indian Grandmaster, Sasikiran, in the year 2002. I remember the year very well because I even remember the cutting that I had taken, the newspaper cutting. The headline was Sasikiran shocks Anand in 2002. Hyderabad. Yeah, in Hyderabad in 2002.
Mars
Rahu.
Okay, all this, everything we need not look into because it's just a part of the game. You go through many events, but we'll take the World Championship. Okay, we got Moon Venus, then there was a pause, right? And then he became again only in Mars Venus. 1 minute. The occurrence of Venus in the first World Championship and the second, common points. Venus is common.
Guruji, in the previous chart, Venus will be Yoga Karaka. Here is a Lagna Lord.
But the times will change, right? Or did we get the same periods
No, we
for
got
both?
Venus for the first one, yeah.
No, but this is 2 times, right? Did we get 2 times there also Venus?
We got 2 Venus connections. The first time when he got an international master, I think there was a Venus connection there.
Okay. Wait, this one is what? 3rd time. Rahu became world champion again. Rahu.
The 5th lord in the 5th, sir.
Yeah, 5th lord.
5th co-lord in the 5th. 5th co-lord. Yeah.
Okay. Or it is a yoga producing Rahu. Okay, that way. The gap.
Does the childbirth happen?
When?
2011. It was in 2011, Guruji.
2011. Yeah, then we'll shift the topic to childbirth. And we'll go to 2011 and see for both the charts. Okay. So just declare the date of the birth of a child in the chat section.
Guruji, also, what is the year he fell? We'll also look at that. Like,
okay.
Was it Rahu Saturn? Here it's Rahu Saturn, right? 2013, 20. When he lost his championship to Magnus.
He lost his championship in 2000.
No, in 2008, he defeated Carlsen. And,
No,
okay.
2012, is it?
2013, Guruji.
2013, what month?
13. Month, I think
Fag
it was
end of
April, May, June.
April.
Like that.
April 2013. Oh, he's still in Jupiter. Rahu, Jupiter.
November 2013.
November. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Fag end of 2013. I remember. I was also thinking, because he always went out. He went to Spain and so on. So I thought, Chennai must be unfavorable to him. So he's going to lose the game.
Yeah, so he's fighting a world championship in Anicha Graha's Bhukti. Obviously, this will not be in his favor.
2013, which month?
November.
This is 15th November 2013. Rahu Saturn.
Yeah.
Guruji, can you quickly switch to the other chart for a moment?
Yeah, we can.
Same time period.
This is 10 o'clock.
At 10 o'clock. Childbirth happened in 2011.
2011. Okay. Rahu, Mercury. Okay, we'll change to D7 chart. Where is Rahu? Where is Mercury?
Rahu's on 9.
4th and 9th, Guruji.
4 and between themselves,
Rahu
they are
is
in
the 9th.
between themselves, they are in Sashtashtaka, right? Not very revealing. Okay. What did we get for the other time?
I somehow liked the other chart, Guruji. It's a 3 o'clock chart.
Okay.
Because
this,
of
what is
the 11th Lord in the second, that was an indicator. Lagna Lord, 11th Lord in the second power. So very powerful chart. And on top of that, Saturn in the 7th house was his opponents we can consider as 7th house, Guruji. I mean, the people he was facing on a regular basis.
Okay.
So can we keep that analogy and predict from there instead of talking about the 7th house as just the spouse? It can also be the other people apart from the native. The 7th
Because
house.
he is in games, right?
Yeah,
Because
and
he
they
is in
were
games.
debilitated, so he was able to overcome since the 7th. There's a parivartana there, so there is a fight happening in that 7th house, Saturn, between Jupiter and Saturn. I mean Venus and Saturn.
Okay. When was the child born?
2011.
Month?
I'm not sure, Guruji.
Guruji, give me a minute. I'm looking at Dashadhyay to confirm.
No, let's use another topic for childbirth. So somebody can Google and
Yes,
find
Guruji.
out
9th April 2011.
9th April, right?
Yes,
April
yes.
2011 comes under
Rahu.
Rahu.
Yeah, it's working, sir. The 6th Lord and the 5th co-lord in the 5th.
Maybe in Dasamsa, the Lagna has to be, Saptamsa Lagna has to be adjusted a little bit to bring it to 9th. Because here.
Guruji, looking at divisional charts as an inaccurate time is not.
Yeah, very difficult, yes. We can't use that. Okay, we'll use simply roughly 5th house Lord in the 5th. Finally giving, I think, I'm guessing it must have been through the help of doctors. Oh, Gautam is adding one more dimension to this. If you change it to 1142, you have many Raj Yogas in D10. Okay. This is the 3-5, 3-5 AM chart. In this, we saw some Pisces Charadasha giving Amatyakaraga, PK, AM, all that in the 10th, we got that. For the first time, we became the world champion. I always feel the first time is the most important thing. Second time, third time, and all that is just like a static potential of a horoscope to become the world champion. You have a little bit, luck and something else, it works. But how do you become first time? That first time thing we'll consider. Pisces matches here so well. Is that the same thing we get in the other one? We didn't check the Charadasa. Charadasa here, the first time he became world champion is in Leo. Does Leo tell us something? Who was our Gemini experts? Anu?
Gautam attended, Guruji.
Gautam?
Guruji, can you go to D9?
Now, 1 minute, we'll finish this. Leo. Is Leo connected in some format to the World Championship?
Is this 10 a.m. or 3 a.m., Guruji?
This is 10 a.m. 10 a.m. If this is 10 a.m., the World Championship he got in Leo. Leo is the 8th house from his Lagna. From Leo, do we get anything special?
And Guruji, does the Charakarakas change, like, if we alter the timings a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah. It will. Because the order changes because of the moon getting into it. That's all I think. Only the moon disturbs the order. Because the moon moves fast. Leo.
Guruji, one major drawback with this, with the 10 o'clock timing is that Sun becomes the 8th Lord, Guruji, and the 8th Lord here is along with Venus. Whereas in the other one, the 305, the Sun was actually the 11th Lord.
But see, Kishoranga, that's why I'm saying we don't have an accurate time. So the Charakaraka, if it is different, then that the rule might not even work out.
No, Sai.
No, he's not referring to Chara, I think.
No, the problem is there's a huge difference between 10 o'clock and 3 o'clock. So I don't think that difference will be creeping in. I mean, unless the person is voluntarily giving wrong time, you know.
So Charakarakas remain the same.
No, Lagna Lord I'm talking about. The Lagna changes, right?
Yeah. The Lagna
Whereas if
changes.
you put 305, then Venus is the Lagna Lord and Sun becomes the 11th Lord. Whereas in this case, the Sun is the 8th Lord.
Is this Leo major dasha, and which is the subdasha?
Virgo.
In Charadasha? Virgo is Leo, Virgo are 212.
It was Mars, Venus in Vimshottari.
Yeah, Virgo is being aspected by Sun and Venus. It's Rashi aspects. And Sun and Venus are AK and BK. Atmakaraka and BK, third house Karaka.
No. Which house is it looking at from Leo?
Leo and Virgo, the subdasha is Virgo. So
Okay.
Sun and Venus are looking at Virgo.
Sun
It's
and
Rasi
Venus.
Drishti. Yeah, Rasi Drishti.
On?
And Virgo.
No. If you are talking about common signs, only planets in common signs will look at common signs in Gemini Sutra.
Yeah. Okay. It's Mercury and Moon. Mercury and Moon.
Mercury and Moon you wanted to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Mercury and Moon are looking at Virgo.
Virgo.
So we can satisfy.
Yeah, AMK and PK.
The Prashna we got Makar Lagna, right? In this, the third lord
Makar
is,
and Simha.
Yeah, third lord in the 10th.
So, is Sridhar sir here in the session meeting? We can ask or get his opinion.
I don't know.
No,
some
he's
people
not
left
yet.
also.
I'll call him.
Yeah. He's not very fluent in English, so he'll be saying in Tamil.
That's okay.
We can also refer the AL part also, sir, because he is so famous.
Yeah, AL is after Jupiter. Here in this. In the other, I believe the AL fell on the third house in the other chart.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is more plus to the life events than here. I don't know.
See, I think we need to establish like what areas we should not touch because we don't have an accurate time.
Guruji,
Yes.
someone in the
Or we
meeting
can
has
start.
something to say. He's not a student of his, but he is a student of Mark Bodi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Krishna.
Who?
His name is Krishna. I think he's in the meeting.
Okay. He wants to say something. Let him say. Oh, no. Did he make a request?
Hello. Hi, sir. This
Yes.
is Krishna here.
Yes, Krishna.
Sir, I just want to say only one thing. We are logged at actually 2 timings, but if you see the 11:42 timing, in D10, it is showing Trilochana Yoga, which is a supreme intelligence. And even Srikanta Yoga in 11:42 timing.
Oh, is there 11:42 separately?
Yeah, separately. And it shows very clear cut of D10, Trilochana Yoga, and 159 having all Trikonas. and Brahma Yoga, and even Srikanta Yoga also. And none of the timings having that kind of yogas. Only 1142 having that all the Raja Yogas, forming very good, accurate. We can match with the Gemini Raja Yogas also.
I see.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
sun will be at peak.
11:42. Okay.
Yeah. Just have a look, sir.
11:42 a.m., right?
The AM, right? Yeah.
11:42 a.m. Yes, now we have the 11:42. Oh, is there a research going on about this time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this time it becomes Kumbha Lagna. So the first time it becomes a world champion is Rahu. You're talking about yogas in D10?
Yogas in D10.
Okay, so I leave it to you. Can you explain the reasons? You want anything else on this chart? Like we start from when he became the Grandmaster first, because I always think the first ones are the most important points in any horoscope reading. So 88, Moon Saturn, he became the Grandmaster. Right, Kishorji?
Yes, Guruji.
Moon Saturn. Oh my God. Okay.
Sir, he has 34 points in the Lagna, sir. 34 bindus in the Lagna, sir, in this point, in this case.
But
and the 10th Lord is in the 1, sir.
Huh?
10th Lord in 1.
No, the first time he becomes Grandmaster, Moon Saturn is in the D10, it just stares into your face like Saturn, Moon in Lagna. That's shocking. Lord of the 5th is in 11th. Yoga Karga is in 10th. Yes. Please continue.
Jupiter is in the 9th, sir.
No, Krishna was waiting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is his name Sai Krishna?
Yes, Guruji.
Yes, Sai Krishna.
Yeah, basically, the most beautiful point I always mark is to say is about the Trilochana Yoga. I think you are there in the class that time, which is the supreme high intelligence. The Sun, Moon, and Mars should be in the trines from each other, which is a very rarest yoga completely.
Okay.
And we can see here Sun, Moon, and Mars, 1, 5, and 9.
Okay.
Yeah. And second thing I noticed is Srikanta Yoga again. The Sun and Moon and the own house and Kendras of friends and the signs friends, what do you call that? Occupy Kendra and Trikona, which is also forming here. Okay. And I see the beautiful thing is the 1, 5, 9, all planets in Trikonas.
Okay.
Yeah. Which gives extremely intelligence. Yeah.
Saiji, is this the chart you're referring to, the D1?
Sorry?
No. He is referring to D10.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And generally, for any celebrity who is becoming a old celebrity, we can see very clearly Venus in 5th house in detail. Okay. Any celebrity.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a dictum, we can say. We can check with any old famous chart. The Venus will be in the 5th house only.
In D10.
In D10.
Okay. But otherwise, generally, you can say for Kumbha Lagna, Venus is a Yoga Karaka, Lord of 5 and 10 in 10th house, already a big Raj Yoga, right? Okay.
Vijrag Yoga.
I see. So this was also done by Mark Boni?
No, sir, myself.
Yourself, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, now we have 3 horoscopes. Okay, we can always get back.
Yeah. Even you can see Saraswati Yoga is there in detail.
Saraswati Yoga, okay.
Yeah.
Do we get Putra dosha in this?
I got disconnected. Saying Venus should be well placed in D10?
In fifth house.
In fifth house.
Yeah.
What does it make them?
Celebrity.
Makes them a celebrity.
Celebrity.
Okay.
The 5th and 11th connection should be there in any celebrity. So that's how actually we even time of birth we correct it for the celebrities.
Krishna ji, do we see Putra dosha in this D1?
No, that we don't.
Because there is a clear Putra dosha in his case.
Yeah, because fifth is gone to 11th. The fifth and the fifth is having a Jupiter. Maybe you can check D7. In D7, do we get anything?
Also the moon and Mercury conjunction is itself is Putra dosha, a little Putra dosha, right?
Moon and?
Sixth lord conjunction with fifth lord conjunction.
Sixth lord and fifth.
Moon and Mercury.
The degrees far apart.
Yeah, 10 degrees. Yeah, it's not 14 degrees.
Okay, in this he became the world champion first time in Rahu.
Rahu can give children. As the sloka in Dashadhyayi says, like there'll be enjoyment from increment of children, something like that.
No, I'm talking about world championship, Rahu. According to this, the first time he became world champion. You're talking about child, I think that was 2011, right, Kishore?
Yes, Guruji.
Yes.
Okay. So 2011, which month?
April.
April, you said, right? So it was Rahu Ketu. According to this, it is Rahu and Ketu.
Guruji, in Rahu Ketu in 1-7 axis, I think though the D9, D10 looks very nice. D1 is not matching up. Seems like that, unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, so the first thing is that the promise is not seen in the dosha is not seen in the chart. Then how can we say that there is a dosha? In D1, I'm saying.
Yeah, only Saturn aspect on the fifth house.
That is in fact a good thing because it's a Lagna Lord aspect in the fifth house. So it's not a dosha, it's a yoga, bhagya.
No,
for
Saturn aspect is always
yeah, I know that. But for Putra thing, the Lagna Lord aspect in the fifth house is deemed as a good thing. For other things, you can take the natural malefic aspect of Saturn. But for Putra Bhagya or Putra Dosha, Saturn, if it is a Lagna Lord, if the malefic is a Lagna Lord, it doesn't give Putra Dosha.
We'll do one thing. Sai Krishna, only from not going to any other chart, from Lagna point, what are the big yogas for this kind of a personality? Somebody who's who's made it as big as this. From AL, Saturn is in the 11th from AL.
So if you look at the Charadasha in this one, that AMK second.
What? The Charadasa is Gemini, when he became first time world champion.
The Charadasha has changed a little bit. Saturn became PK. In the previous chart, it was Mercury.
Yeah. That's because moon changes the order.
Sir, Sridhar sir will join in like 2 to 3 minutes. He's on the way. Then we can get his opinion. He does the traditional side. Sir, and even I did a Prashna now, and similarly, the Ardam and even Chandra was falling in Makara. So something about Makara is there. But but when we look at Vimsha-3, even the Tula is also working out because Rahu does give children. And I think in the 3:05 a.m., his child was born in Rahu, right? Okay. So Dashadhyayi is like supporting there.
Was it AM or PM, Guruji?
3 a.m. 3:05 a.m.
AM, that is AM. Today is a Sunday. So moon is in Saturn house, right? Today, right now, as we read the chart. It is in Capricorn. Nakshatra is Shravana, moon. Can anybody tell what is exactly the ascendant right now at this moment in time?
Pisces, Guruji.
It is Pisces, is it?
Mesha Lagna. I'm getting Mesha. Just 1 second
just
back.
Now. Mesha Lagna. Mesha Lagna. And what do you get as the star? Ketu, Ashwini. Lagna Nakshatra. So Mars. Getting Mars and Ketu. So the only common thing. The moon is in Makara alone is there.
Kishorji, did anything, Uncle, did something happen like that? Age 32, do we see anything, or age 45, any events happen at that age? 32, 45?
No, year, Solapa. Tell me the year.
No, you can see 32, you can search in the, in the Vimsha-3 in Sri Jyoti, it will say the year.
Oh, 32. And for this, is it? See, every time things will change, right? So if you say 32 falls in
Guruji, Guruji changed to 10 a.m. and
10 a.m.
Yeah, because Rahu Ketu is in 2/8 axis. So did something happen at the age 32? 32 is 2002.
Oh, you're saying health problem.
Oh, right? Condoms. Okay, no.
Because 32, 45, 60. He has a light wheezing, right? But not all the time, I think. Sports-induced, stress-induced wheezing. I'm only worried about this Upapada Lagna Ketu and 7th Lord in 12th for this chart. Looks like they have a happy marriage.
Vishy Anand's father, I think, passed away somewhere like 15th of April 2021 or 14th of April.
Huh. Which year?
2021 April 15 or 14.
Oh, that we have to make sure, before we check. 2014
it's in the
or
news.
2015. Oh, is it? Okay.
April 2021.
Yeah, April 2021.
2021.
Yeah, 2021.
Yes.
Oh, recent. Okay, 2021 April. It was Jupiter. If you use Jupiter. Oh.
So here
It's
Jupiter is in
possible.
the 10th house of karma.
No,
Right?
not that. In D12, Dwadasamsa, Jupiter is in the 6th house. It becomes a father planet in 6th house.
Oh, yeah,
So
there was a
here
brief
it,
illness.
here it tallies.
Yeah.
So here the news says he died here on Thursday. On Thursday again, Guruji. His father Vishwanathan died here on Thursday following brief illness.
Okay. So we have this Jupiter thing showing up so strongly here, because it has become at once the 9th house of father in the house of Roga. Okay. So
Mother expired in 2015, Guruji.
Mother in 2015.
Which month?
May, 26th May 2015.
May 2015. Okay.
2015 is Rahu Venus.
Rahu Venus.
Rahu Venus.
Venus is.
So Venus is 4th. There are two ways of looking at this. One is using mother as the Karaka, sun as the Pitru Karaka, moon as the Matru Karaka.
Guruji, 4th Lord is Venus.
Okay, 4th Lord is Venus. But it is in 10th.
Yeah, it is 7th from mother's house, and Rahu is in the 2nd house from mother's house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, correct. We change that as a Lagna and read it. Okay, that is also one concept. Okay, so because it's close to Maraka. What she says is also used in all this Dwasamsa. That is, you shift the Lagna there and then read it from there. Make
the Lagna 4th house.
Make the Lagna as like mother, and then say mother, Marakasthana Venus is, and Rahu is also in Maraka.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this is, I think, very often used idea by, Sri Kiranroji.
Yes.
Okay,
we use the Bhava as the Lagna. Okay.
Yeah, that house itself becomes a Lagna. Okay.
Yeah, even in D1 for father too, it's Jupiter is in the 10th. It's Maraka for his father.
Oh, Maraka, correct. That's a typical Maraka. Yes, we did notice that. That is, the idea is in the Rashi chart, you go to the 9th and say that is father. The second from thereof will become Maraka. And from 9th house, straight 7th house, Lord itself is Jupiter, which is sitting in 2nd house, Maraka. Or separately, usually in Hindu, families, the son only will light the funeral. So they say it's kind of a big purpose of life. Okay, so 10th house is usually detrimental to father. In joint family where business is happening, son takes over from father after father's death. So 10th is beginning of career and 10th is the end of father, something like that. So we can connect to the 10th like that. So, okay, we got both the answers at least with this chart. Okay, I think it has to be somewhere around here only, Makara Lagna. Though Sai Krishna also said something about another time. We'll keep that pending.
In Sai Krishna's timing, we did not look at the Navamsha, Guruji, the queen of the charts.
Yeah, Guruji, go to Navamsha. I haven't read the Navamsha at all.
In which one?
In Sai Krishna's.
No, in the same one. We see Upapada Lagna, you see Ketu and all that. But what is D9 promising? D9 Shukra is in the 6th.
Ascendant Mercury Saturn.
When did he get married?
That we can use, right? We forgot to use that timing of marriage. Any
96, Guruji. 1996.
1996 month.
June 1996. June
1996 is what? Is Mars Rahu.
Yeah, both are in the 2nd house.
Oh, Kutumbasthana. Mars Rahu.
Also in Navam,
in D9, Rahu is in the 11th house. Okay. So it is a very big advantage. Rahu in the 11th.
They are on the same axis.
And Mars and Rahu are in the same axis.
Yeah, they're
of
1-7.
1-7 from each other in the D9. Okay, all these are special. Oh, maybe it could be Makar Lagna then.
Shall we also see the same for Tula Lagna and confirm?
Yeah, correct.
So according to Astro data, sir, the father gave this time of birth, sir.
Which one?
This 10 a.m.
Oh,
Yeah, that was by Seth, SCTH.
I see. Looks more.
These round timings we can never.
Yeah, we can't use it for divisional chart, but of course, sometimes when it works, we say, okay. This is 305. Okay.
Moon Saturn.
This is the timing that you gave, right, Guruji?
Yes. Moon Saturn
And-
marriage happened, is it? Saturn Antardasha.
Yeah. Saturn is in 7th.
Oh, Saturn is the 7th. Oh. Mercury, Saturn.
Yeah, in
Saturn.
7th. Yeah.
Rahu holds on
This
to the.
explains also the problem.
Rahu
of the
holds on.
childbirth, sir.
No, Rahu holds on to the 5th house in D9. That shows childbirth delay.
Yes, Guruji.
And even Saturn.
And one more thing, sir.
Huh?
This fifth lord in the 7th. Fifth lord in the 7th is also a problem for child birth.
No, here, which one? Which
Saturn in the 7th.
Saturn in the 7th.
In D9.
In D9?
I'm saying D1. D1, the Saturn in the
7th Lord in the 5th.
7th connection, sir.
Oh, that's what. That is a Putra dosha, right? So here we are getting almost a lot of things, but sometimes we're getting Makar Lagna. So that's the confusion. And what is the. But one thing, when we raise the question, where is the Lagna in the Prashna, it was over. That's what I think Sai Prahlad was hinting. When we started, he did some timing and said it is, I checked, the Lagna is in Mesha, Ashwini, right?
Yeah,
Mesham, Makaram, and Simham.
No. Mesha.
Yeah. When he did, it was also
Yeah,
Mesha.
Mesha was the point of the Prashna Lagna. So that is where the axis is in this chart, because Ascendant is at 9-8, which is a Rahu space, and the opposite will be the Ketu space. So the Rahu Ketu dominance is shown here. So it's really confusing.
Let's also check the father and mother part.
Yeah.
D12.
Yeah. D12. D12. And when was that? Father first? We'll go with father first. 2021, you said, right?
April. Yeah.
2021, April, Rahu Venus.
The 9th lord is debilitated, sir.
No. The timing we are saying. Rahu, Rahu Venus. So touch the 9th house.
Venus is, possible.
Venus is in the 8th, and Venus is also Maraka.
Yeah.
Okay, we got an answer here. And the mother was in Rahu Saturn?
Yes, Guruji.
Go to 4th.
Also, it's possible, Guruji. Rahu is in 8th and Saturn is in 4th from 4th.
Oh, and if you take the 4th from the basic chart, Rahu and Saturn owns the Maraka for mother in the Rashi chart.
Yes.
Right? If you take the 4th.
Yes. Yeah, this timing is also, it's matching up.
What about the other events, Guruji? Like when you look at such a huge celebrity chart, then the bigger events are even more prominent, right? The rare events, like, the World
Championship. The rare event, we are taking first time world champion. That's the rarest, right?
No, the even bigger was the first time event was the Grandmaster of India, the first Grandmaster of India who revolutionized the chess in India.
Correct.
So that would come as the first, in Tamil they say Nethiyadi, right? That's the first thing, the first impact.
So what is the month he became Grandmaster?
I think it was April, Guruji.
April 88.
No, yeah, April 88, Coimbatore.
Okay.
Sorry, August 88, Coimbatore.
August is on the border.
Let me check again.
It will become date sensitive then, because August only changes it to Sun Saturn.
All 8, sir. 8. August is 8th and 88.
Okay.
He also became the FIDE Vice President in the same last year, 8/8/2022. All 8s.
Saturn is somewhat different, I think, in his chart. Yeah. These dates we cannot deny, right?
That is because if you ignore the Putra Dosha, exchange between Mars and Saturn is a big Raj Yoga. Definitely one of the biggest. Because anything it involves with the 5th house is a big Raj Yoga. Okay, so, and that is involving with a, okay, we didn't check the Shadbala. Shadbala we have to check. You see, Saturn is that Mars is tall and Saturn is tall.
We cannot take the nature of Saturn in this way also.
Yeah, then it becomes all the more strong. The Parivartana between 5 and 7 for sports and name, fame. I think, what do we get for the other one? The 10 a.m. Oh, continuous, but not that tall, I think, right?
Guruji, the exact date is 3rd September 1987.
Which one?
3rd September 1987, when he got the final GM norm at Sakti Finance Tournament, Coimbatore.
Oh.
3rd September 1987.
3rd September. Oh, we are already on 3. Oh, no, we are on. Which one shall we take? We'll start with Makara. So, you please note it down and put it in the chat, because we'll come back after some time. We'll come back to another session on this with more evidence. What did he say? Date?
3rd September.
Yeah, type it out in the chat.
Yeah, done. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I sent it to Saiju.
3rd September. 3rd September is Moon Jupiter.
1988 or 87?
87.
87, is it? Are you sure?
Yes, Guruji. I just pasted in the chat from the source.
87, it is Rahu.
Rahu is in which nakshatra?
Rahu is in Guru Nakshatra.
Oh.
So Moon Rahu is the period. Okay, what do we, please log that time, and we will go to the other one, Tula Lagna, and 87, which month you said?
3rd September.
September is still within Sun Rahu. Sun Rahu. Sun Rahu.
Guruji, the Charadasha 2. Charadasha also can show.
86, right? 87. Okay. 87. Oh, sorry. 87 is here. This is starting in March. Sorry, it's starting in April. So when was the event?
September, Guruji.
So we are talking about Capricorn Cancer. Capricorn Cancer. Oh, the 4-10 axis of the chart. From Capricorn. From Capricorn.
I'm under the assumption that even if it is Makara Lagna, it is not the 10 a.m. is not the right time.
Why?
The Dashadhyayi is not syncing up.
Oh. Yeah, I think for the time being, we'll take this itself as correct. 305. We'll take it as 305. Okay. This is part 1 of the discussion of 3 horoscopes of V. Anand. Okay.
1 second.
Yeah.
Guruji,
all of you,
Guruji,
all
D9,
of you,
Guruji.
D9?
D9 of this, yeah.
D9, what do you want to know about?
No, here the affliction of the 5th house is very prominent. That is what I was wondering.
Yeah, this is very strong, right? Because Rahu repeats the position in both Rashi, Bhava, Navamsha. Okay.
But the problem here is that Lagna Lord has gone to 12th, Guruji. That is another problem that I'm wondering.
For D9.
Sir, Sridhar sir is
Yes,
here.
Guruji.
Let's get his opinion, but he'll say it in Tamil.
Soltumba.
Sridhar sir, நீங்க உங்களோட அனாலிசிஸ் என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்க? துலா லக்னம்னா எப்படி வரும்?
ஓகே நான் சொல்லிடுறேன் சார். ஸோ குருவின் திருவடி சரணம் ஐயா அவர்களுக்கு.
நீங்க என்ன பாத்தீங்கன்னு ஃபுல்லா சொல்லுங்க சார்.
ஓகே சார், இது துலா லக்னமா இருந்தா இந்த சந்திர திசை அப்படிங்கிறதுல அவர் அவ்வளோ வளர்ந்திருக்கிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இல்லை. சந்திரன் தனக்கு 6ல இருந்து சந்திரன் திசை அப்படிங்கிறது அவருக்கு சிறப்பா இருக்காது. சந்திரன் போய் நிக்கிறது குரு வீடு. குருவும் பலமற்று போய் அவருடைய பகை வீட்டுல அமர்ந்திருக்காரு. அதனால துலா லக்னமா இருக்க வாய்ப்பு கம்மி. ஸோ அதே மகர லக்னமா இருந்தா 4ஆம் அதிபதி நீச்சமாய் இருந்தாலும் அவர் பரிவர்த்தனை பெற்று இருக்கிறதுனால அந்த இடம் 4ஆம் இடம் பேர் புகழ் இது எல்லாமே கிடைச்சிருக்கிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு. 3ஆம் அதிபதி தைரிய வீரிய ஸ்தானாதிபதி 10ல் அமர்ந்து இருக்கிறதுனால ஸோ எதையும் போல்டா செய்யக்கூடிய நபரா வந்துருவாரு. ஸோ நமக்கு போட்டி அப்படின்னு சொல்லக்கூடிய, அதாவது கையில் விளையாடும் விளையாட்டுகளுக்கு 3ஆம் இடம் வலுவா இருக்கணும். அப்படி அந்த 3ஆம் அதிபதியான குரு 10ல் அமர்ந்து இருக்கிறதுனால செஸ் போட்டி அப்படிங்கிறது கையிலையும் பிளஸ் புத்தி கூர்மையிலையும் விளையாடுறது. 5ஆம் அதிபதி ஒரு உபஜய ஸ்தானாதிபதி இன்னும் 11ல இருக்கிறதுனால அவரு 8ஆம் அதிபதியோட தெரிந்தனால திடீர் யோகம் இதெல்லாம் கிடைக்க வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு. இதாங்க நான் பார்த்தது.
சரியா, துலா லக்னமா இருந்தா என்ன பிரச்சனை சொன்னோம் பாத்தீங்க? இந்த
துலா லக்னமா இருந்தா சந்திர திசை அப்படிங்கிறது இவங்களுக்கு நல்லா இருக்காது. அப்புறம் இந்த 3ஆம் அதிபதி லக்னத்திலேயே அமர்ந்து இருக்கிறதுனால அந்த ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ்ல இவர் ஒரு ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் பர்சனா வளர்ந்துருக்க முடியாது சார். துலா லக்னத்துக்கு வரும்போது வர முடியாது.
ஏன்னா பகையோட வீட்டுல இருக்கிறனால சொல்றீங்களா?
ஆமா, பகையோட வீட்டுல அமர்ந்திருக்காரு. துலா லக்னமா இருந்ததுன்னா லக்னத்துக்கு 10 குடைவர்ல கேது அமர்ந்திருக்காரு. சரி, 7, 8, 9, 10 10 குடைவன் சந்திரனே நல்லா இல்ல, விரயஸ்தானாதிபதியோட சேர்ந்திருக்காரு. அதனால துலா லக்னமா இருக்க வாய்ப்பு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப கம்மி.
இப்ப நான் மகர லக்னத்துக்கே போயிடுறேன்.
சரிங்கய்யா,
ஒரு
நன்றி.
மகர லக்னம்.
சார் ஃபுல்லாவே டீடைலா எல்லாமே சொல்லுங்க சார். அண்ட் ஸ்ரீதர் சார், அதே மாதிரி நம்ம இயர்ஸ் எல்லாம் வச்சிருக்கோம், அந்த இயர்ல ஏன் நடந்தது அப்படிங்கறதும் சொல்லுங்க.
ஓகே சார். 7 அப்படிங்கிறது ஒருத்தருக்கு பொதுஜன தொடர்பு, பேர், புகழ் அப்படிங்கிறது 7 எடுத்துக்கலாங்கய்யா. இந்த லக்னத்துக்கு 7ல சந்திர திசையில தான் இவருக்கு பேர், புகழ் அப்படிங்கிறது கிடைச்சிருக்கு. அதுக்கு காரணம் போட்டி அப்படிங்கிற 6ஆம் பாவகாதிபதியோட புதனுடைய தொடர்பு. அவர் 6ஆம் அதிபதி, அவர் தான் 9 கூடியவர், அவர் தான் அந்த இது வந்து அமர்ந்தது. சந்திரன் வந்து சுக்கிரனோட சாரம் வாங்கியிருக்காரு, 5ஆம் அதிபதியோட சாரம் வாங்கியிருக்காரு. அதனால நல்ல டேலண்டட் பர்சன். அந்த இடத்துல பேர், புகழ் அந்த 84வது வருடம் அப்படிங்கிறத சந்திர திசையில அவருக்கு கிடைத்ததற்கான வாய்ப்பு. ஸோ அதனால அந்த சந்திர திசை அப்படிங்கிறது இவருக்கு ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கும். செவ்வாய் திசை அப்படிங்கிறது பரிவர்த்தனை பெற்றிருக்கும் பொழுது செவ்வாய் ஆட்சி பெற்ற செவ்வாய் ஆயிடுவாரு. செவ்வாய் சுயசாரம் வாங்கி அமர்ந்திருக்காருங்கய்யா. ஸோ அதனால செவ்வாய் திசையும் அவருக்கு ஒரு நல்ல திசையா வந்திருக்கும். இவர் 7ஆம் அதிபதி 12க்கு போயிருக்கிறதுனால இவர் இரண்டு தன்மைகள் அடைவாருங்கய்யா. அதாவது இரட்டை குடியுரிமை அப்படிங்கிறத பெறுவதற்கு வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு. 7ஆம் அதிபதி அப்படிங்கிறது சிறுதூர பயணமா சவுண்ட குறைந்தது, அதனால பயணம் பண்ணி இருக்கு. இரட்டை குடியுரிமை அந்த இடத்துல 9 கூடியவராக இருக்கிறதுனால திருமண வாழ்க்கையில கொஞ்சம் எதிர்பார்த்த சுகங்கள் இருக்காது. போட்டி தேர்வு அப்படிங்கிறதுனால மனைவி கூட அதிக பிரயாணம் பண்ண முடியாம மனைவியை பிரிய வேண்டிய சூழ்நிலையாகும். அந்த 2ல இருக்கிற ராகுவும் குடும்ப வாழ்க்கையில அவருக்கு கொஞ்சம் பிரச்சனையை கொடுத்துருக்கும். ஸோ 5 கூடையவன் வீரிய ஸ்தானாதிபதி அப்படின்னு சொல்லக்கூடிய சுக்கிரன், புத்திரக்காரகன் சுக்கிரன் சூரியனோட சேர்ந்து இருக்கிறதும், அதுவும் வந்து அஸ்தபங்கம் ஆயிட்டாரு. 210 டிகிரிக்குள்ள அஸ்தபங்கம் ஆயிட்டாரு. ஸோ அதனால இவருக்கு வீரிய குறைபாடுகள்னால குழந்தை தாமதம் அப்படிங்கிறது எடுத்துக்கலாம். 7ஆம் அதிபதியும் 12க்கு போனதுனால குழந்தைகள் தாமதங்கிறது உறுதியாகுது. ஆணுக்கு 5, 7 அப்படிங்கிறது நாங்க குழந்தைக்கு பார்ப்போம். அப்ப 5ஆம் அதிபதி அங்க பாதிக்கப்பட்டு 7ஆம் அதிபதியும் பாதிக்கப்பட்டதுனால குழந்தை தாமதம் அப்படின்னு எடுத்துக்கலாம். இந்த இடத்துல 5ஆம் அதிபதியான சுக்கிரன் வந்து சூரியனோட சேர்ந்து பாதிப்பை கொடுத்திருக்காரு. ஏன்னா அஷ்டமாதிபதி அந்த சூரியன். அதனால வந்து குழந்தை கண்டிப்பா முதல் குழந்தை இவருக்கு கரு தங்கி இருக்காது. இரண்டாவது குழந்தை தான் கரு தங்கி இருக்கும்.
Kishorji, when he was in Spain, where was his wife? He spent most of his time in Spain.
Yeah, his wife was with him only, Guruji.
Was with him.
Because even she learned, even she also learned Spanish.
Yes, okay. Or Spanish. Okay.
Yeah, but they were abroad. They were not in India. I think that was what Sridhar sir hinted, when he said the 7th Lord and the 12th.
12th. Okay.
There's a abroad connection in the 12th house. ஸ்ரீதரையா, நீங்க அப்போ வந்து அப்படி பாத்தீங்கன்னா அப்போ 2ல ராகு கேது இருக்கும்போது அந்த கண்டங்கள் ஏன் வரல 32, 45, 60ல?
அது பரிவர்த்தனை ஆயிட்டாரு. அது இல்லாம அது செவ்வாய் வந்து சுயசாரம் வாங்கியிருக்கிறதுனால அவர் கண்டத்தை கொடுக்க மாட்டார்.
ஆனா எஜுகேஷன்ல கை வச்சிருக்கோம்ல.
எஜுகேஷன், பேசிக் எஜுகேஷன் தான் சார் நம்ம 2வது இடத்துக்கு பார்க்கணும். பேசிக்ல வந்து அவரு பாருங்க, அவரு பிறந்தது வந்து பிறந்த ஊர்லயே அவர் இல்லையே. 4ஆம் இடம் பாதிக்கப்பட்டது, நீச்சம் அடைஞ்சதுனால அவர் பிறந்த ஊர்ல அவர் வளரல. அவர் சென்னையில வந்துதான் ஃபேமஸ் ஆனாரு. சென்னைக்கு வந்துட்டாருல. ஸோ அப்ப அந்த 4ஆம் இடத்துல ஒரு பாதிப்பு கொடுத்துட்டாருல. அதனால வந்து கல்வியில கொஞ்சம் கம்மியா தான் கை வச்சிருக்கும்.
Guruji, I think if you remember, he was from Philippines, right? Basically, his childhood was in Philippines.
Childhood in Philippines. Okay.
Yes. So that 4th house, can we take that as what Sai was repeating? 4th house affliction. Probably it also involves his education, the primary education, which was in Philippines, by the way, where he was, he got into chess through the TV programs.
I want to add here one more point. The chess introduction to him was by his mother, right?
Yes.
Is his 4th lord in the 7th or 4th, 5th lord together in the 7th? Here in this chart.
4th lord in which chart are you referring?
No, I think she's saying Chandra is with the 6th lord.
No, I'm saying the chess was in the 10 a.m. or no.
This is 10 a.m. This is 10 a.m.
No, 3 hours chart and the date around 3 hours.
3 o'clock.
The 4th lord.
Okay, wait. I'll go there.
Yeah, even.
See, we'll take the other one. Okay. So this is the 3 o'clock chart. So here, what is your point?
The fourth lord and the fifth lord together in the seventh, and his mother introduced chess to him, I think, is in this. And in the beginning, his mother played.
Fourth lord is in the seventh, looking at Lagna. Okay.
Fourth together with the fifth, they are attached, right?
Okay, fourth and fifth. Okay. Okay. I think what we'll do, Kishorji, we will try to have separate sessions. One I'll have with Sai Krishna, and we'll have one session like that where we only talk about the Makar Lagna from Sai Krishna's point of view. Is that all right?
Yes, Guruji. In fact,
and then we'll have, as soon as he makes a statement in English, we will translate it into, in Tamil, we will translate it into English. Statement by statement.
Guruji, that's Sridhar sir, not Sai Krishna.
Oh, sorry. Sridhar sir. Okay. I forgot. Sorry. Yeah, Sai Krishna, and I got confused. So let's Sridhar tell in Tamil, and then one of us will do the translation, statement by statement, and then try to see why it should be Makar Lagna. Okay.
No, but he already spoke about Makar Lagna, and most of the points were telling regarding, especially the point where he mentioned about Sun and Venus.
If you do in one session so many timings, it becomes kind of jumbled up. If you do standalone sessions only with one timing and finish it, that's it. We close that.
Yeah.
And then we say this is V Anand Makar Lagna. That's all. Okay. Then because it will give you a lot of focus. Otherwise, you keep going back and forth. In that Makar Lagna, we will go through when he became grandmaster, when he became father, first time world champion, second time world champion, and we'll try to. So, abdi pannama.
Sridhar sir.
Sridhar sir. Is he there? Irkara. So,
actually, I was thinking we can give the events, the notable events, and then we could ask
you prepare a list of
separately, and then we will present it to you, Guruji. Yeah.
Correct. You have a list of events, proper date and maximum date and month and year. You give it to Sridhar sir, and also you give me a sheet. Maybe I'll put it on Patreon. Okay. And so let everybody work on it from their own point of view, and then try to come up with as many points. If you stack up more on Makar Lagna, we'll take that. Or if it stacks up more on Tula Lagna, we'll take that. Okay. I think Gautam and Sai Krishna introduce Kumbha Lagna. Okay. We will also look at that. Each one, let them prepare, from their point of view. Sai Krishna and Gautam Saiju will do Kumbha Lagna from their point of view. Again, so for the basis for this will be, you prepare a message saying this is the event's date, and I will forward that into Patreon session, and also wherever applicable, I will post it. Okay. I think we'll do it like that.
Okay. So the timings are 3:05 a.m., 11:42 a.m., and 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Correct. Correct. All the three times. But I think what Sai Krishna and Gautam did was totally from their own point of view, right?
From Jaimini angles.
No, not that. It was like from scratch they found out this time. Not that somebody mentioned that this could be the time. Is that correct, Gautam?
Yes, I think, Guruji.
Yeah, it is completely out of your own, your calculations. Not that we already saw an article where somebody said this could be the time.
Sridhar sir, இருக்கீங்களா? Sridhar sir.
அது நீங்க அப்புறமா கூட பேசிக்கங்க.
நான் சொல்லிடுறேன்.
நீங்க அவர்கிட்ட சொல்லிட்டு முதல்ல நம்ம கிஷோர்ஜி முதல்ல ரெடி பண்ணிட்டோம் எல்லாமே. The details with the dates. The World Championship dates, I got it slowly. I worked it around. So I have the dates in this system I have. So we'll take the climaxing, the last date of the championship as the date of the championship. 5 times he became world champion. So we'll try to see how much we can tally. Okay. So thanks to
actually the risk is that we should not be reverse engineering the timing too much.
yeah.
But we must try to match the events, major events, to a timing without fiddling with the timing too much.
Okay. Otherwise, it will be
Otherwise, then we are going to go
for...
round and round.
yeah. We can't.
And then we will also go to the
continue.
next day that he was born in the 12th of December. That is not possible. So to a certain extent, we will give some leverage.
Yeah. Long time back, I had asked him about time of birth. He said, sorry, let's keep this confidential, like that, he said. So, I mean, he refused to give it to me. Yeah.
When he was an adult, Guruji? Or
when he was already world champion.
Oh, okay.
That's the photo I put it on, Instagram. Me and Anand in Don Bosco.
Oh, I never saw that, Guruji.
Yeah, that's after he became the world champion. Okay.
Okay, Guruji.
Okay, we'll catch up again.
Yeah.
It was a brainstorming. Some of the people left because they couldn't manage so much time.
Actually, Guruji, there's a feature in Sri Jyoti where we can put multiple charts in one page. So we don't need to shuffle through the pages. I mean, through the dates. Yes, yes. So that you see
then I learned
top,
that from you one day. And we will. Is like simply like toggling. Okay. Next,
it's very simple. No, you just click on that V transit on the blue, right? Even now you can do it. Yes, you just click on that V transit and then select the other DTP.
But then you'll have only two, right? You'll have two.
You'll have two. You'll have two and you'll have side by side. You can adjust it. So we'll be Rashi D1 on the left side for.
Okay, then in that case, since you're also having the same software, one day you feed in the details.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Guruji.
Guruji, over time we saw 4 charts of like father, mother.
One full family.
I see. Interesting.
And adilla rendu peroda Vimshatri Dasha vara pogum.
Oh.
So ultimately we got totally confused.
Okay. He was born in Mayiladurai, Mayuram, Mayavaram, so many names for the same place.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll catch up again.
Okay.
This was actually.
In case if we are planning
for some
to
people
do,
it was tiring and many left, I think. In the beginning we had
actually
more
the way to start this would be to start with just a very limited team and then to propose it to a slightly larger team and then go to the bigger team.
Okay,
that would be the way, Guruji. Otherwise there'll be too many conflicts.
Soumya is also getting tired, I think.
No, sir. I joined very late.
Very late, is it? Oh,
you're so quiet, Soumya.
I missed the fun. I missed all the fun.
We were, initially we were toying with 2 horoscopes of V. Anand and then we got the third one. And let's see whether we're able to understand. Okay.
But that time correction for that that video that you did with Vinod, Guruji, for that UK Prime Minister.
Yeah.
My God, it's a mind-blowing video. Amazing. like, oh my God.
Yeah.
The way you're doing multiple lagnas. So was this something similar?
Not exactly like that. This was more on simple lagna matters because at least we knew certain things, right? Because there were only 2 suspected time. But the third one was now introduced by Gautam and his friend Sai Krishna. Okay.
Okay.
So we got one more, but the D10 of what Sai Krishna gave was actually so extraordinary. So we need to, if it works, then we should take that finally, I think. But let's wait and see. Okay.
Got it.
Thank you, Guruji.
So, yes, thank you all. A lot of points were given. But the 3 and 5 connections, I think, are more evident in Tula Lagna. I was more comfortable with that. Because the 3,
3 and 5 it's more with Makara because 5th Lord and 3rd Lord in the 5th.
5th Lord, okay. Okay, 3rd Lord in the 10th and 5th Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
11th. Perfect.
Yeah.
But
no, but I thought that the 5 and 7, Parivartana, all that I combined. Anyway, we'll wait and see. Okay.
Yes, Guruji. And when I was going through all the slokas for the Makara Lagna, some parts it was mentioned that he will cause trouble to others. And then I was like thinking, okay, trouble in sense of on the
defeating people. Yeah, it's an extraordinary, brilliant mind.
Sir, Mercury must be considered in chess players' horoscopes or not? We should, right?
Yes, definitely.
We'll check. But the problem with Mercury is sometimes it is in bad spots also for top players.
Okay.
I came to a conclusion which I don't think is appropriate in this when we are praising a world champion. Okay.
But Mars definitely is there, Guruji, for chess.
Yeah, it is. But why Mercury is placed in certain houses? If you take Makara Lagna, Mercury is placed in 12th house.
12th.
Yeah. Whereas Sai Krishna's timing, Mercury is placed in the 11th house.
Yeah. So if you take Garry Kasparov, Mercury is in the 6th house.
And Guruji, I think
it was also placed, sir. Mercury in the 6th is very good.
Yeah, that is a separate thing. Yeah, Sage Bhrigu says so much high about Mercury in the 6th house, right? For
Guruji, not only that, for him it's the 8th lord. 8th lord and the 6th is winning over enemies.
Yeah, correct.
Guruji, I remembered one thing. I was in fact wondering whether you're going to ask R.R. Lakshman about this, because being a grandmaster, he would have, and an astrologer, he would have spoken to Anand and he would have done some analysis. So he might have the real time of birth. R.R. Lakshman, Guruji. You invited him once.
Lakshman. Okay.
So maybe you could ask him if he was.
I'll ask him.
I can also ask.
Yeah.
Because Nika Ketina, he will tell. If we ask, he will not tell.
Okay. I'll ask him.
Guruji, what were you saying about Mercury? I'm still curious. You were going to say something.
No, I was just saying it occurred in some difficult places as far as Mercury is, but I was thinking maybe Mercury being intelligence being wrongly used, something like that. I think it was Bernard.
This 4th lord and the 2nd is cunning.
I think Bernard Shaw quoted chess players are wasting their intelligence.
No, he said something even worse, Guruji.
Is he? I don't know. Something
I won't say it here.
Okay. Yeah. Something like that. He didn't like. See, it is like such an extraordinary brain. How much calculations can you do in the mind? But of course, if you think it is as a game, then if everything can look like a waste in the world, right? In terms of achievement or whatever you do. That way, if you argue, what is really useful? But in a way, it's artificial, right? It's a war. So much of emotions and so on. So all the chess players at the top level are having a different kind of brain. So just looking at that. So is it being wasted? Something is happening between me and Sridhar video. You know what's happening?
Parivartana is happening, Guruji.
Parivartana is happening.
Yeah. Sir, in 3 hours chart, sir, Rahu is in the 5th, sir. When it is like addiction, sir, this game for him, then we can take that chart, sir.
Sridhar, and unga video and video அப்படியே மாறி ஏதோ நம்ம ரெண்டு பேரும் ஏதோ செய்ய போறோம். Something we are going to do the world of astrology என்ற மாதிரி காமிச்சது.
சார் என்னுடைய சார்ட்ல 3ல கேது சார். கன்னியா லக்னம். சோ அதனால எனக்கு எப்பயுமே தகவல் தொழில்நுட்பம் கொஞ்சம் பிரச்சனை தான் சார்.
ஓகே. ஐ சே. சரி, நம்ம அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணுவோம். இப்ப உங்களுக்கு இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் வந்துடும். கிஷோர் will give all the details. அவர் கொடுத்துருவாரு. அந்த டீட்டெயில்ஸை மேட்ச் பண்ணி நீங்க இந்த மகர லக்னத்துக்கு வேண்டிய இதை ரெடி பண்ணிட்டா ஒன்லி மகர லக்னம் மட்டும் ஒரு நாளைக்கு கிளாஸ் எடுப்போம். அப்புறமா மற்றதெல்லாம் நம்ம திருப்பியும் rework பண்ணுவோம். Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
We'll take Magar Lagna. நான் உங்களுக்கு அந்த 10 o'clock இது இந்த டேட் எல்லாம் போட்டு அனுப்புறேன் உங்களுக்கு, உங்க நம்பர் வாங்கிட்டு.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yes. All the best. So we'll
In fact,
catch up again.
Today, Guruji, today is actually a very happy day because I'm seeing a very close friend of mine talking to you, and I was thinking about introducing him to you when he was in Chennai, actually.
Oh.
So I'm happy. Yeah, I'm very happy. In fact, Sridhar sir, உங்களுக்கும் நான் சொல்லியிருந்தேன் இல்லையா குருஜியை பார்க்கணும் அப்படின்ட்டு.
ஆமா சார்.
இன்னைக்கு நீங்க சந்திச்சது எனக்கு சந்தோஷம். I don't know. சாய்க்கும் சந்தோஷம்.
சாய் சார் தான் போன் பண்ணாரு. சார் இன்னைக்கு லிங்க் யாருக்கு கொடுக்க சொல்லியிருக்காங்க, அதனால நீங்க கண்டிப்பா வரணும் அப்படின்னாரு. ஓகே சார் நான் வந்துடுறேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி
நடுவுல உங்க டாபிக் வந்தது, ஜாமக்கோலுக்காக வந்தது. அப்ப நான் சொல்லியிருந்தேன் சார் கிட்ட.
சரிங்க சார். சார் ஜாமக்கோல் வந்து கொஞ்சம் ஆத்மாத்மா கேட்கும் போது நல்ல பலன்னு சொல்லுவோம் சார்.
ஓ, மூணாவது மனுஷனுக்கு கேட்க அவ்வளவு வராது.
விளையாட்டா இது பண்ணும்போது வேற, அது நம்ம ஆத்மாத்மா கேட்டோமா நல்ல பலன்.
ஓகே, கரெக்ட். அஸ்ட்ராலஜி அப்படிதான் இல்லையா? when you are so much inclined, அப்ப அந்த யூனிவர்ஸே ஏதோ ஹெல்ப் பண்ணும் நம்மள, அந்த ஆன்சர் கொடுக்குற மாதிரி ஏதோ ஒண்ணு பண்ணும். இதே ஒரு தமாஷு கேட்கும் போது அது வேற மாதிரி வரும். கரெக்ட் தான்.
கண்டிப்பா.
Very nice. We'll meet up again. Okay. So we'll end the discussion now. All the best.
Sir, I want to ask you, sir, if you have seen him personally, sir. So if this game for him is like addiction, Rahu is in the 5th, sir. So we can use that point.
Okay, addiction. Yeah. I mean, I think for any sports person, if they reach the top, it will be definitely an addiction. They will spend maximum time with it.
I agree.
The mind goes
if you look at the 5th house, everything is an addiction. You cannot say even one thing of the 5th house which is not an addiction. Try. You'll never be able to say anything about the 5th house is addiction. Children addicted.
If we really want to get technical, addiction actually, what we are trying to say is passionate, right, Guruji? Addiction means
that's what. Yeah, that's what. Like you're giving so much importance that it becomes your life. It's your, for many people, children are their life. For some, games are their life. For some, alcohol is their life. For some, you can add everything. Some people are so much addicted to chanting. They'll be chanting. I told you, I think I've already joked in the class. Once I went to, the restroom of Taj. A guy is doing Vishnu Sahasranam. He's not stopping. He's so much addicted to it. Just think about it. Inside the restroom. So you have music addiction, you have this addiction, everything that you're so passionate about, reaching to the point of you can't come out of it is definitely 5th house. I cannot sleep without playing at least 5 games online. Chess.
Even now also you're saying, sir?
Yeah, I can never sleep. Not one day, I think. Unless I'm sick. Even when I'm sick, sometimes in the mind, either the planetary positions will come or the chess positions will come. So I'm addicted to astrology. So whenever I look at people, I'll only be thinking, where do you think, what could be this? Recently, just 3 days back, I was sitting in a round table. As I kept staring at a guy, he said, "Why are you staring at me?" I said, "I'm soon going to tell you your Rashi." And I told it exactly. So they were like, "How do you do that?" So it's because you're passionate about astrology. You try to find patterns. This face looks like that, sounds like that. So maybe it is this. Then you do a mind-wise, where is the moon today? Why is this thought coming to me? Now the problem is about Makara Lagna. The moon right now is in Makara. That's the big problem now. So it could actually be Makara also.
So an idea Saturn is in the 4th house, where you said once. Sorry, sir.
Yeah. So no. See, this is just an attempt. It's not so easy. See, it's like, what if I meet him 3 days later? What if it's all beyond a particular point, something else in astrology. Can you imagine if I meet the same guy 3 days later, the moon would have been in some other place. And even though I think maybe this is a star, then I'll get confused with the ruling planets. I may not be able to guess. Sometimes without the ruling planets, just by looking at the face, I'll tell the nakshatra. How does it happen? So that's what is a very strange aspect of astrology. Same thing, when somebody is so much interested in knowing the answer, we get so accurate answers from astrology. But whereas if you do it like a research, like there's no heart in it, it becomes something else. It's not so serious for us now. Okay. So using a tarot card, I predicted the marks for my daughter's exam. Exact mark of that test. 91, I said. Is the marks you got. Now, do you think that can be repeated oftentimes? No. But when it does, something in the universe is helping us. So if you try to, this Anand's chart has always been a mystery because he refused to give me his time of birth. Okay. I wish he had
Even though he was a client with you or just a friend?
No, he was not a client. He is a friend.
Oh, okay.
Because we were together once upon a time. That's all. It stops there. Okay.
The daughter's marks thing, Guruji, you predicted it after she gave the exam or before she gave the exam?
After she wrote the exam. But it is, I have to find out a mark between 0 to 200.
What? Wow.
And I said 91. This happened maybe when? 15 years back? Yeah. The same Raider weight card I have.
There are so many things, Guruji.
Most of the tarot cards that I use for people, significant, like only rarely do I use it. When I meet them, I'll tell them what card they picked up. You know where this memory comes from? Because you're passionate. You're so much eager and you're working on it, and then you will remember it for a lifetime by understanding what logic was used. In that card, what appeared. So much. So tarot card is just an extension of the same synchronicity. The same synchronicity that we use in Prashna. We're just using some symbols somehow. And all these planets are just symbols in the sky. That's all. It stops there. Using the symbols, we are trying to understand as much as possible. So we can't get accuracy in this. Our repeatability may not be always so high. Okay.
Even today, Guruji, in the morning, you texted me, and just 1 second back, I was thinking about a session. And you told me there's a session about V. Anand.
Yeah. I was typing. I was just opening to type, to send it to you. Because you are a chess coach like Sai Prahlad. So then I sent Sai Prahlad. Then only I sent everyone else. Okay. Or we can do one thing. We can go with Magnus Carlsen's chart, which is sure. The timing is perfect.
Guruji, we look at a Magnus chart. He is running, I think, currently in Moon Mahadasha. Moon is in the 8th house.
Oh.
That was done privately, but a lot of
the scandals are, the scandals that he's going through, and him stopping, it's all of the 8th house stuff.
Okay, we'll wait. We'll do that separately. No, not from these events, just to try and see what are the common points between the top chess players. If you people get any other top grandmaster birth details, world champions birth details, you please give it. I will add it to my folder, and let's see if you are able to find the repeatability. There must be repeatability, but since these are all, I mean, these are all not my clients, I don't have the exact time of birth. Whereas I have horoscopes of so many, judges, top doctors, top in many fields I have. They are my clients. I have the exact time of birth. Okay. But these things, we don't get it often. So if you find, you please let me know. Okay. So we'll take a break
Magnus
now.
Carlsen time of birth. Magnus Carlsen time of birth. You have, I think, perfect time of birth. Right?
No, his time is not available.
It is.
Sir, no, sir.
Astro Data Bank, it's there available.
Oh.
And we cross-verified with Prashna and the Lagna was not.
Yeah. There was this chess.com scandal and all that, right?
Yeah.
At the time of Hans Niemann.
Yeah. During that time, we analyzed this chart.
But I don't remember too much of
30/11/1990.
Okay, sir.
3:04 a.m. Tonsberg, Norway. A few days later, my daughter was born. And with zero practice, my daughter can play very well. Zero practice, doesn't play at all. And that when she plays, she will do something. And she will appear as though she's, strong in chess. But no interest. Okay.
Some minutes after, sir, or a days after?
No. Days later, Lagna has changed, Moon has changed. But all other planets are in the same Rashi. Everything else is in the same Rashi. Okay. So take this, Magnus Carlsen. This is confirmed.
So looking at Anand's chart, just from Nadi perspective, from Jupiter 5th house, you have malefics.
From Jupiter?
5th house has malefics.
Okay.
Just from Nadi. Okay. So even if you don't have a time of birth, then Jupiter Tula will be the... Yeah.
Oh, that way. Okay. So your Nadi pointer and Lagna is the same for Tula Lagna.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, and in Nadi, Jupiter is also the native. So Jupiter becomes Tula Lagna.
See, that's why when clients ask me for birth time rectification, I just do like this. Sorry, I don't have time. Because only when you're young, you can do all this. Juggling with...
now I know, sir. Even for the celebrity, we can't do that, sir. It's so difficult.
Just imagine how difficult it is. Because the way astrology is, that's why in astrology, we got to be very strict with significations and everything. You cannot dilute it by adding more to something. But sometimes astrology, you can't help it. You will have to look at it from several point of view. But at least for one particular matter, there is a key house. You cannot give up on that. Or a profession, there is a key house. For example, computer line, 100% it is Mercury. That's all. You cannot give up on that if it is IT. Okay. So like that, we have to be firm in what we say. So I was always thinking that 5 and 3 is the basis for a sports person. And I'll never go back from that because so many times I got proof, at least from actors' horoscope, because many actors are my clients, about almost 40 to 50 people. I have the charts. All of them same 3-5, 3-5, 3-5, all over the horoscope. Okay. So that matched with the Tula Lagna. But of course, here Prahlad is saying it also matches with the Makar Lagna. No, Makar Lagna also, right?
Yes.
Because there the third lord is in the 10th house and so on. That's the problem with this chart. Okay, we'll catch up again.
So even Saturn in the 4th is famous reason, sir.
That's correct.
Having Saturn
mass attraction, yes.
Having Jupiter aspect on it.
Okay.
Let us see if we can bring Mars into Capricorn and bring our Rochak Yoga into the chart. That would be super.
and Jupiter Saturn aspect is very good for wealth.
So we'll have to tell Anand, you're not born in that month. We'll change the month. Okay.
Yoga, Mars must be exalted, right? Or same house.
Yeah.
Who knows exactly?
That Parivartana will be even awesome.
Yeah, it is. Here it is. Yeah.
No, Parivartana is see, I'll tell you one thing before ending. Parivartana is not ordinary. Parivartana is like very big in astrology. Especially because this is a 5-7 for Tula Lagna. I still feel I'm personally for the Tula Lagna only. Okay, we'll wait and see.
Okay.
Thank you. Guruji, you are coming to March next program, right? In Chennai, medical.
Medical, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I'll be attending. Yeah. I'll be attending.
Okay. You'll meet again.
Yeah. There's no end to studies. Okay.
I think I'll have to just move to South, Chennai or something, Guruji.
Oh,
Everything is there. All the temples are there. All the teachers are there.
yeah.
Everything.
You got to keep thinking about it. Then you will land in a place like this in the next birth. 38,000 registered temples in one state.
Wow.
38 you cannot count in your lifetime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When do you reach 38,000? How do you go to all these temples? This is the highlight of Tamil Nadu or southern India. Yeah. And for some reason, it escaped the attacks. But God, I mean, touch wood, God's grace, it somehow escaped. Even though the British landed in Kerala first, and even the Muslims landed in Kerala first. Somehow, this didn't work. So now people are saying a lot of Siddha, yogis are here. In the astral level.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's why Tiruvannamalai is special, it continues to attract a lot of people. Tiruvannamalai, Ramana Maharshi, where he went. Okay.
When is the next meeting, Guruji? Chennai chapter?
Chennai. Yeah, we can have, I don't know, my birthday is on 25th of January. I don't know whether...
That would be the ideal time.
Yeah, then we'll have it in Malayali Club in Egmore. Okay.
25th
Only
of January.
problem is Soumya will be upset again. Soumya will say, I'm taking a flight and coming.
She's already upset.
Guruji,
25th is day after tomorrow, right? 3 days later.
Right? No, Guruji's birthday was online. Like there was a Zoom session last year, but the other medical session, there is no. It's for some reason it's not online. Like they're not willing to. I don't know.
Mark Boni's class. Okay.
Medical, yeah.
Okay.
So that's like a true obstacle. So I'm praying every day something will change.
So 25th of this month, right, Guruji?
Yes, January.
Oh, okay.
Next day is Republic Day. So that's how next day is 26th.
And then husband and wife, both of you will celebrate it on the same day, right? Like that's the fact,
that's
right?
because hers is on 23rd, mine is on 25th. So we have 24th normally celebration, both birthdays.
Okay, I thought it would be celebrated on 26th.
No.
Day.
But 25th, in those days, I used to give big parties with a lot of drinks and all that. So I used to tell my friends, you drink, but next day is holiday for you. I declare government holiday. So now I stopped giving liquor to anybody. Okay, so I mean, it sounds bad. So I stopped.
Only milk.
I give vegetarian food, but they insist on non-vegetarian food. So I said, that's your problem. So I leave it to my wife and the rest, they take care of it. Okay. Yeah. We'll catch up again.
Okay, Guruji.
I also got this wood, this wood is special. There's something to do with protecting you from when you read negative horoscopes. So I'm having one in my, this also on my neck.
Guruji, adane nammaloda CM vechittirukkaru.
Yeah. What is that, Guru? Exactly. How do you know? Even three more DMK ministers we have given this to hold.
Namma kudukama.
Amma.
Sir, what is that wood, sir?
What is that wood, Guruji? Maybe we all should have.
Sai will say.
Trade secret.
And the beads are all same wood, sir. Beads are also of wood.
You see, it's almost like iron. So strong. I think really? it can be a very powerful tool. Very strong.
They say it's Pirambu, right? Is that the one?
Like Karangali.
Karangali.
Okay.
English, please.
Yeah, if you type, I think you will get it.
Oh, Karangali.
What, Guruji? This is
protection.
Karangali is natural அதாவது இங்கிலீஷ்ல எப்படி சொல்ல சார், ஒன்லி நெகட்டிவ் மட்டும் வைப்ரேட் பண்ணும் சார், நவுத்தி
Oh,
விட்டுரும்.
it will repel.
It will
It
push
will
away.
repel
It will push away the
energy.
negative.
Oh,
Yeah.
So use
See, because
the
ஆமா இப்ப
mice
நான்
and,
நீங்களும் வச்சிருக்கீங்க. ஓகே.
ah,
அதாவது இந்த some horoscopes, it will be like all whichever way you look, எல்லாமே it will be in bad spots. கெட்டது, and so much of crying in the reading, discussions about I want to end my life, those kind of things. So it will affect us a lot. So recently one guy said you must wear this, so always I wear it.
so what is that mala you're wearing, Guruji?
Karangali.
The bead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a special. Maybe I'll find the English name for it and send it to you.
Ebony,
Karthik says it's ebony.
Yeah, he said sit on ebony or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it okay? It's
And the beads
strong.
are
It's
also
really.
good, sir.
It's almost like iron. I can tell you.
Yeah, Pavani, I think even the beads are of the
Yeah,
same.
beads are also the same.
Good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, how you remove negativity is just whack people
No.
that you don't like.
No. I just hold it in my hand like this and think, and then I do something. I don't know. It comes naturally to me, and I say, oh, okay, please, all the negative energy is not going away. It's also.
CM வச்சிட்டு வாக்கிங் போறாரு, போட்டோ எடுத்துக்கிறாரு.
இதுல எல்லாம் கிடைக்குது சார், பிளேஸ்லெட் கிடைக்குது, கீ செயின் கிடைக்குது.
ஆமா.
So இதுல எல்லாம் இருக்கு, உங்களுக்கு எது வேணுமோ அதை யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
ஆமா.
சைலண்டா இருந்தீங்க ஸ்ரீதர் சார், இது வரைக்கும் சொன்னதே இல்ல. சார் சொன்னதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் நீங்க வாய்க்கிறீங்க.
சார் இது ரொம்ப காஸ்ட்லி, பட் எல்லாத்துக்கும் அதுல விருப்பம் இருக்கான்னு தெரியாது இல்ல. சோ நான் இந்த மாதிரி விஷயங்களை எப்பயுமே யாருக்குமே பரிந்துரைக்க மாட்டேன். எனக்கு நவரத்ன கல் போறதுலயே எனக்கு விருப்பம் இல்ல, எனக்கு பரிகாரத்திலயும் விருப்பம் இல்ல. அதனால இது யார்கிட்டயும் நான் சொல்ல மாட்டேன்.
சொல்றது.
சோ எனக்கு இது ஒரு கிளைண்ட் எனக்கு கொடுத்தாங்க, நீங்க இதை யூஸ் பண்ணுங்க சார் அப்படின்னு கொடுத்தாங்க. சோ அதுல வாங்கினதுதான் நானா இதை வாங்கி யூஸ் பண்றேன்.
ஓகே.
அப்படி தானா வருது, இன்னும் பவர்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கு இல்லைங்களா?
ஆமாமா. Yeah. When it comes automatically, it is your fate to get it. Even I got it automatically. I never went for it. Great. Most of the things I got is automatic. I don't go for it. Something, something will want, like people are blessing me also. They're saying, live long.
Today it happened, Guruji. I was thinking, and then suddenly I was thinking, okay, Guruji will be living for 100 years, definitely. Now, we say that, right?
Teaching us. Yeah.
The moment you think of someone and they come in touch with you.
Yeah. We always say that. Actually, if you look at the devotion part, the devotional part of our culture is superior to all this knowledge. The bhakti and what we call the discussions of the God, the universal God, that is actually the best thing for all of us. But astrology is a way to understand the seriousness of life and look at karma. So you have to learn astrology. But what gives you more peace of mind is only the prayer part, the good things, the good actions, and so on. That is what really makes us better human beings. But astrology can be a tool for many people. They're all beginners. They don't know how to lead life. Like, for example, I used to tell one guy, some of you might, I would have quoted this story already. 15 years back, I said, when your Ketu Mahadasha comes, you'll be in trouble. Why did I make that statement? I made that because he was an atheist. And two, Ketu was badly placed, and he had many other bad combinations of the horoscope. So I used all of them, and then noticing that it was so much against God, the concept of God. So I added everything together and said, he passed away in the last part of Ketu. At the funeral, what the wife is asking, you told him so many times, yet he never believed in God. He never did the remedies. I asked him to go to Ganesha. Every time he says, God didn't create this, aliens created everything. I said, if aliens created, why don't you think aliens are gods? Something like that. I tried my best. So bhakti, faith in all these things is very important. At least that will give a lot of peace of mind. Sometimes you'll notice when Guna Sitaraman, I think, is left, when people, say the prayer, suddenly I'll go into that world and say, oh, how nice it is. This prayer is so nice. Do we need to study astrology? Like that. It gives you so much peace. Just try meditation. Meditation must be learned only from ashrams. Either transcendental meditation from a teacher. Don't do it self. It has to come from another human being. Then when you do meditation, it is so nice. It's so enjoyable. Okay? That you can do. So please try your best to practice meditation, bhakti, and then astrology. All as a package, it will do good. Prahlad is always, doing charity one after the other. Next. Now, V.K. Varman's marriage project is coming on 26th. The Minister for HRNC is also coming as chief guest. It's a good event on 26th, which is again 8. Okay, so we'll catch up. Bye.
Thank you, Guruji. Bye.
Thank you.